A little bit about more about yourself. Give me 1 second. Let me just join this. What's your
Okay.
current rank?
I'm Ascendant 2. I'm 99 hour right now.
Okay.
So big rank up game.
Yep.
Okay, I'm a neon main, but
You're a
last
neon main.
games I yeah
Okay.
last games I filled it a little bit.
Okay.
Just wanted something else. Um,
Yeah. No
yeah.
worries. Yeah. So what I tell all my students is make sure you play your main role. You are a
hmm
higher level, more of a higher level player. So my note taking is a little bit different with my higher level players. My lower
Okay.
level players, I have to really when I take notes, I gotta section it off for them. I gotta really make sure where it goes under. But my higher level
hmm
players, I just write it more. I give them more general notes in the category. So I have 5 categories. It's comms, aim, movement, position, utility usage, game sense, and I added it now. It used to be just game sense, but I put slash mental game because it's much more involved as well. Um, but so for my higher level players, I write down every round in as detailed as I can in your POV, and then when I read the round back to you, you're gonna kind of know where it goes. You kind of generally falls under, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that most of my high level, most of my mortal ascendant players kind of just know. If I don't need to even tell them, they just kind of know. So yeah, but my lower level players, I do. I gotta like make sure it's like this is aim mechanics. This is, you know what I mean. So because you know all the basics, it's
Mhm.
not gonna be too crazy, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun because we're not gonna be talking about the basic
Match
mechanics and
found.
fundamentals. We're gonna be talking more about the game sense aspect. Obviously, if you have some aim issues, I'll help you with that as well. But
Yes, sir.
at your level, I don't really worry about aim because aim is the easy thing to achieve in terms of getting better, and I can help you with that at the end of the session or whatnot. If you do aim labs, callbacks, we can set something up where you know
hmm
it'll help you improve.
Yeah, I do my aim. My aim is pretty good,
Good,
but
good. If you think so,
I'm
then that's
still
good.
kind of. I have a good win rate, but my KD is not that great.
Okay, so what do you think you're like? What is your issue? What are you struggling with? What is the main thing you want to work on that you think that you're thinking about?
I mean, it feels like I don't have that great of an impact right now,
Okay. That's
to be honest.
quite common. Yeah.
Hello guys, hello.
So you are a
Hello.
duelist player. So I'm gonna try to see if you
hmm
do understand some of the more advanced concepts and stuff like that.
I mean, I got an initiator. That's good.
Yeah, that is good. And you
That's
are
good.
on fracture, so this is a really really good neon map.
hmm
So
Most of the time, you just have Jamba, Clove, ISO, Jet, and then you're there.
yeah, right. This is more of a
So
yeah. This is a pretty good comp.
it's
Actually,
good.
I don't think Deadlock is played too much on fracture though, but
Yeah, it's not that
Raise
bad.
as
It's not
well.
that
The
bad.
Raise is alright, I guess. But Breach is like Breach Brim is and Neon are like really really strong on this map. Alright, so I tell all my students, I am streaming and stuff, don't be nervous, bro. And you're a higher level player too, so it's not like nerves are gonna really affect you too much, right? You've probably been in a lot of high pressure situations, so don't be nervous at all. This isn't a time for you to show
Alpha
off to
Earth,
me.
Omega
I
Earth,
don't want to
Kingdom.
see
Who
you play a
cares?
perfect
Let's
game.
fight!
Like, that's
Uh-huh.
ideal, but um I'm really trying to see what you're doing wrong, slash what we need to really improve to get you to the next level, which is Immortal 3. Which we definitely can. So,
Yo,
but
do you guys wanna do B-split first round? Deadlock, can you come
Go.
with me and you three
There.
go main for the Jamba?
I can go with you.
Alright.
I won't talk to you. So good luck. I'll see you after the game. Okay.
Go fast, right?
Okay.
All right, boys. Let's get it. Oh fuck! I'm choking on the water. Calls
Fast,
for a
fast, fast,
B
fast.
split. He starts arcade.
They stacked A.
Got him.
Behind you.
Start.
Enemy spots me. Back
One
up.
enemy remaining.
That's what was coming.
Jump,
Go,
jump.
go.
Nice.
You're done.
I mean, he's not really
See,
entry.
you are,
That's one
you
thing.
are better, guys. You are better.
Hey, Brimmy, remind me to play you the
Are so
square
shitty.
recording once we're done. I think it's a winner.
Yo, Race, you wanna do entry? I play outer.
Needs to.
Nah, bro.
Nah.
That's not deal. That's not good deal for me.
Okay, I got you.
Actually.
Comms are quite good. Pre-planning
Let's just go.
Pre-round?
Do you have just
on
skin?
attack, and
Hold on.
he's asking other.
A little late.
Oh.
Straight, I love that.
Gotta go.
Hey, the sound not too crazy.
In smoke, probably.
안 끝났는데?
I'm out of here.
Going.
We're good.
Oh, they're
Okay.
spamming, they're spamming bullets.
I'm out of here.
Nice.
My mom brought me some pizza, everybody. Maybe I'll eat while I watch.
One enemy remaining.
Gotta go.
Nothing crazy this round.
Long.
I'm not gonna write eco rounds too much unless something really
Good
crazy
job.
happens.
And
Nothing
you're all
really happens.
safe. Very good. No one beats my firepower. I got this.
Decent entry, good kills. good
Oh, wanna
judge.
test the A main?
Okay, this is the big round here. This is where we can see what the hell is wrong with this game, really. Rifle rounds, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rope. Brim, can you insta smoke here?
why do I
And
look so
Reach, can you
ugly
flash
today?
me out? So you can stun main for
I'll show
first.
them. Lintik kayo.
I think it's because I shaved last night. Okay,
Go, go, go.
complete pre-plan. Well, they start. Hey, he asks.
I'm out of here. Shortcut.
Flash out.
One city.
Sands.
Take it.
Nice.
Strong body.
One side. Two on side. One city.
Walls all spawn. Gets one kill. Judge.
Can you come back?
Last player standing.
That's neon is so goofy ass.
Straight shooter. That chamber sure can talk in
Okay.
circles.
Nope. No, he had a
Do
judge.
you wanna trade?
Nothing really we can do there.
Bro, that's tough, okay?
Yeah, okay,
That's
okay.
tough.
His comms are quite good.
We need some dish pressure, guys. I got you.
Can
You do
be
you.
in IGL. He can be in IGL for sure. The way he talks, I like that. So round 4.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Shock it. I'm out of here.
Good
City chamber.
patience.
Can come say.
My ult's ready.
Go, go, go. We're good.
Reloading.
There, he should probably entry and start scaling
Reloading.
the site. Like his team was out, Sands.
Blasting.
They're splitting A.
Careful,
He's just
maybe
sitting dish.
from
Yeah, I
an
can understand it's
action,
smoke. He's
on
kind of
dish.
scared, whatever. But you know, they're taking all the fights in Sands. Like if you look at their X's, they're all dead in Sands. They just jumped out and cleared the site, just hold side or whatever, however you like play.
Yeah, I have to chill.
All the situation.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Right here.
Nice.
Let me just
Go, go. Gun here.
make sure my Steam is closed.
Remember to talk to each other out there. If we communicate,
I'm not seeing much aiming from him so far.
Let's go B.
I could use a drop.
Alright, do you wanna come with me again?
Calls for
Oh yeah.
he tends to always want
Yup.
to be by himself.
Quick feet, quick trigger.
Bridge is also looking from this. Always.
Gotta go. Enemy spotted B. Fuck
They
it.
start.
Barrier.
Arcade.
It's you and me.
Raise.
Gotta go. There.
Goes.
Arcade. On arcade.
Lower
outta here.
arcade.
With,
Gen side.
Flash out.
Doesn't scale and just wants to come back.
This way. No escape. I'm out of here.
2v3 situation.
Give a fuck.
2v3 situation.
Hi.
Post plant.
Last player standing.
Unlucky.
It worked.
Gets a good kill heaven, but gets instantly traded.
Okay, I owe you
Evening,
a
wasn't
favor.
able to catch stream yesterday, so nice to be able to catch this one, even if it's for a little bit. Thanks, man. Hey, Muller, how are you, man?
Okay. Easy.
Thank you. I can't remember where you're from, but you know, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from. We have an Ascendant. Oh, I gotta change this.
Could have up again, watch out. Maybe you flash a breach.
Yes, duelist player as well.
Gotta go.
Close.
They start 4B main. A solo arcade.
I'm out of here.
They get a kill. He's fighting ISO arcade. He needs to start immediately scaling tower or site. He's just AFK lower arcade again.
You can
Goes to Gen side pocket. Old smoke.
One enemy remaining.
I would like him to feed information more. That's something he probably needs to do.
No escape.
I think he's saving.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
saving
up.
too,
Gotta
bro.
go.
yeah.
Yeah,
Target spotted A.
he's.
What the fuck is going on with this?
Running low.
What the fuck?
Stay in range of my stim beacon, and we'll mow them down.
I need a drop.
So I'll write that down.
What if we
Not
should
feeding
go
comms in
together
mid-round.
on this
Together, what
Slash
we mean together, how many?
often.
and no free for maybe just someone to hold
Let's
aiming?
go.
Okay, we got it.
Blinding.
Take this. Go, go, go.
Oh no, don't stop me.
Clearing out.
Okay,
You wanna
so
go into smoke? 3, 2, 1? 3, 2, 1?
Flash out.
under side step.
You and
Behind drop. One drop. One.
Smart move. I got
Oh,
spot.
shit.
Take me.
Coming through.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Can just run.
I'm out.
Number 2.
Oh
I've been
shit!
worse.
Good kill. Neon and
Clip on TikTok.
Neon. Holy shit. You guys see that?
The fuck?
That can move.
I can buy you a brimstone.
Have at him.
Unlucky.
Gotta go.
You want to play? Let's play.
Go, go, go.
Smoke's down.
Wanna breach it?
5 main.
Mid the spike.
Oh, this one.
Main.
Gotta go. Shortcut. I got spike. I'm out of
Have a
here.
look, every time.
I'm out of here.
Enemy spotted. B.
He's open.
Can take off.
I got enemies. B.
Heaven watch out.
Flash out.
It's open.
Reloading. Enemy spotted. B.
Go, go, go.
You got 9 up too.
You have flash?
Cussing. Let's go.
Last player
Got
standing.
the spike.
Spike down B.
Spike planted.
I can't even remember.
Let's try.
110.
We doing this or what?
I feel like we go B again. We choose this first on B.
Need equipment.
Maybe we'll half buy this one. I don't.
Oh, we could buy. I can drop one. I feel like we could buy. Yeah,
Thanks.
let's buy then.
Let's make him dance.
Blinding.
I'm out of here.
It's close.
Grenade. I'm out of here. Shortcut.
Walls here,
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa, whoa.
One eye.
One dark hole.
Nah, that's
Reeling them in. Target escaped.
I saw shoot arcade, watch out.
Close side.
I'm behind him.
Last player standing.
No, I jumped off.
Pay attention. Might learn something.
From the UK, so it's pretty much evening nighttime here. Just managed to get the kids in bed. Just gonna play quick, but happy chilling out watching this before 1 week in Target.
I don't think I
Yeah, no
tried to
worries,
get
bro.
the old point,
Oh man, you got kids, man. That
There.
must be rough, man. That must be rough. But they are beautiful, man. I love kids.
Gotta
It's
go.
just I don't have any kids, so
Shocking.
one day, one day. Like I'm not sure why he. Okay,
Just be on A.
2 drop, 3 A main. He's you 4? Jesus Christ, bro. You got busy, man.
No,
That's 4 Nana.
Last
Spike carrier
player
is down.
standing. Spike
just
down
kidding.
A.
Alright, so I wrote needs to understand first, second, third section of sites. I'm gonna put that in movement positioning and game sense.
30
'cause
seconds left.
It's not just your movement position. You gotta know what the hell to do, right? I think overall his aim is quite good. You know, I haven't seen anything where I'm seeing him
Please
whiff
stay
or something
alive.
like
Honestly,
that.
let's go A.
I hate making new friends.
I feel like he's not taking
Can
enough
play
duels.
Brimstone ult after
Not
plant.
taking
Side now.
enough
And
duels
it's
on
neutral
attack.
side,
Right,
or
that.
side.
So,
Two,
yes, if there was a rank system for shoppers, I'd be
Yeah, attack sense.
you'd be
Can you
pro.
push me again?
Ow, my neck. Did you guys hear that? Fuck. You would be
It's
pro,
the best
sir.
of
You would be
wolves,
pro.
Actually, I have
Throttle, man.
His utility usage can use his speed well.
Actually, yeah.
Would like to see better stun and
Launching
pulse.
smoke.
Refresh.
Dim beacon down.
Flash out.
Here we go! Chill out. Shock it!
Upside.
It's you and me.
ISO dish.
And then
Drop.
they split A. He ults and
Bomb buddy out.
uses ult.
Spike
Gets
carrier
out
down.
sands.
Spike down A.
How did they lose this
Standing.
round? What? What the fuck? There was a 5v3 and he won
Last
with a
round in
classic.
the
That
half.
is insane.
Send-
Sun and gets ISO ulted.
What is it?
Really good fight. He destroys
Nothing.
ISO in his ult. Still lose
I think we go to send
5v3.
this side. And you went for on sand.
Could tell his team to push
No one
as
puts
soon
it
as
inside.
he gets
Yeah,
out.
mix over.
Claire,
Yeah, we can
what's
try
up,
it
big
again.
dog? Last round here, round 12. Okay, let's see
Dim
what they
beacon
do.
down.
Go, go.
They start 5B.
Launching
Short
smoke.
gun.
Off your feet.
Shock!
Last
Just
player
walls
standing.
up
Flawless.
and immediately starts running up. Gets ulted.
Switching
and
sides.
dies.
Gotta go!
Needs to
not
add
being shot at, you're
default
doing
slash
something wrong.
other concepts to his arsenal, will write. Like they just go in. You know?
Can we take him in? Breach, can you go sense? It's done.
Yeah.
His pre-round calling is good.
They will push over my.
Brimstone, can you
Mid-round
smoke as well?
calling needs a lot of work. How you doing? I'm doing very good. How are you? Really good.
You want to smoke?
Yeah, can you smoke?
Okay.
Lava breach. Let's go.
They start 4A. 1B.
Yeah, I'm
He
looking.
looks
It's
at
noted.
A main, clear. Takes a few steps back. Wants to take the space. I like it. Clearing his corners take
Come back.
forever. Slash.
Go away! Take this!
Yeah, 3A man. 1, 2, 3, 3D.
Smoke's down.
Okay.
Grenade!
I say straight.
Forever. He hears them running back. Gets one. Needs
Last
to
player
get out
standing.
or
They even make any noise on me.
reposition. He takes his stun out
They
in
just,
the
gut feeling.
exact
Better than us.
spot. He kills the ISO and gets immediately traded. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Military
Do we want to stack?
needs to work on his micro adjustment
Go, go, go!
movement in fights.
Bring your best.
Alright, in fights. How you doing, Claire, bro? Did I respond to you already? I don't know.
Blocking movement. Go, go, go!
See if he's aware. Let's see if he's aware. Okay, there's nothing really here. They're just gonna get ecoed. Takes the orb. Takes orb. Nice.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Yeah, his crosshair placement needs a little bit of work. Crosshair placement needs a bit of work. When rotating or... Yeah, sorry, when rotating.
Combat is a means to
To an end. And we are the means.
Yeah, we gotta get out the Odin, bro.
What? This guy's a memer.
I'm out of here!
He's using Judge, Odin. Like, bro. Take a bite of this pizza. Looks so good.
Can you throw it
There.
your wall main to some?
There.
Okay.
Free.
I'm out
Starts
of
on
here.
B. Arcade.
Go, go, go.
He hears one, doesn't even call him out.
Because
I
Spike
saw him.
planted.
They say A, he rotates. He's just in spawn AFK. First Neon session? Probably, yeah. I'm not much of a Neon player, but still.
Target spotted
Um,
A.
Gotta go.
There's a lot involved. I can teach him how to be a duelist. That's really
Go, go, go.
the main thing.
That good. I'm out of here.
That's
That's
a
it.
good kill. Sands.
Gotta go.
No time.
Almost
I
out.
think it took too long. He took way too much time in doing nothing.
Charge and shoot.
Retake.
Easy enough.
Lead his team. It's always
I'm out of
winnable.
here.
Be aggressive
Breach, can you come?
and
please?
confident and go and kill them. Or at least have a chance
I'd like to push.
to
okay.
win the round. Okay, I think this session is gonna be really good. Because these
Categorizing.
notes I
Yeah, you
took
can
are
just,
super,
stand
super duper duper mega omega detailed.
Something
Asks
I
for
can-
a stun on arcade,
I'm
clears
outta here.
it. He should tell the team it's clear. They hear A.
Target
They
spotted A.
hear A. He rotates. He probably should have taken the space and
Spike
flank
planted.
either
Go, go, go.
side.
My ult's ready.
Gets a good
Gotta
kill.
go.
Last
From
player
Sands.
standing.
Here's one. Sands, and he's AFK. He's not too
You're going to
aware
scatter from my stuff.
until
Super
he
easy to pick
opens
off.
the door.
One
Okay,
might be fine for one.
Yeah, Lamar, I can't understand Neon Tech's shit so cool. Oh yeah, it's really cool. I'll play Neon and TDM and stuff,
Maybe
but
Breach, you can ask.
there's too much fear in him, man. There's too much fear in this guy.
Go, go, go.
I don't know.
Let's start this party.
It's okay, buddy. Be man subs. I feel it's 309.
Starts B, here's
It's
some
you and me.
main. He calls some steps.
Gotta go.
Be ready to swing out canteen.
Some try here, some try.
Comes Jen.
Launching smoke.
Last player
Picks up
standing.
rifle and dies.
Spike planted.
It's a soft bait. This is a soft bait, I'm not gonna lie. Hold the space in canteen. I don't think it's an aim issue. He is not having an aim issue. It's a mental issue.
Match
Good evening.
point.
I hate waiting. Let's do this.
Go, go, go.
You guys wanna try something stupid? You can do setup with Breach stun and Brim ult there, and I'm gonna push Brim in
I just like
with my ult.
you open.
What do you say?
Go, go, go.
Oh, what the heck? Oh, okay, okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
Okay,
At least you didn't lose.
at least I didn't lose. But who
Okay.
was it?
That is super interesting. That's definitely going on the YouTube. Okay, but okay, let's just pretend you lost, okay? Because you guys were getting smashed, okay?
Yeah, that guy is so good.
But overall, even when I watched that game, I couldn't be like, yo, this guy's like hacking. You know, nobody was like going like 3-4Ks all the round. He's probably
Yeah.
wall hacking. That's probably what he was doing. I don't think anyone was like aim botting though, because no one was like going crazy in my opinion. But okay,
In the
so
ISO, definitely not.
yeah, like those, like I don't think it was aimbotting. I think definitely they're probably walling maybe, but I don't know. It looked pretty fair to me in
No, I
my
mean
opinion.
the pistol round they attack. They just went silently B and then come
Yeah,
back
they came
for
back.
no
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, yeah. Okay, anyways, yeah, let's just pretend you lost. You know, it's actually kind of good for you because you don't lose RR. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a free game, right? So, okay, let me just log in real quick. You can stop sharing your screen. There's still a
Okay.
lot to unpack, okay? Even though it's a cheater, okay, we're not gonna use that as an excuse, okay? There's a lot of things you're actually that are repeating. Um, if I would hold on, just give me 1 second. Let me just change my mic.
Hmm.
Okay, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, so you know, obviously it's a little bit unlucky they're cheating, but in my eyes, watching that game, you know, I don't think they were like hardcore cheating. Even if they were, like I said, there are a lot of things that are repeating, which is an issue. If it's 1 or 2 rounds, I'm like, okay, I can kind of look past it a little bit, but you know, it's like almost every round. Okay, so we'll work on these
Yeah.
things that are really important, especially when you're a duelist player. It's probably one of the most important. Let me just share my screen in a second. I'm just gonna log in and create the map. How do you feel like you played that game? Be honest with yourself.
I mean, first half was pretty good, I'd say. Second half, I mean, my team kind of lost motivation, so
Sure.
I kind of was whatever. Right? I tried some
Yeah.
to save it a little bit, but
Right.
they were.
No problem. Okay, let me just log. Just get in this cheats are on. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, dokie. Okay. Yeah. There's quite a lot to work on. In terms of your
Alright.
wait, I don't have any on this. Wait, hold on.
Oh, oh.
I got it on my other account. Wait 1 sec. I've been using my alt, so let me just get on my other account. Sorry. Totally forgot I do not have neon on this account. Uh, I should have neon on the other account. I'm pretty sure. Yes. I think I only have like 2 not unlocked on this account. Ooh, okay. Uh, Yeah, okay. Let me just sorry, I'm just retarded.
You're fine.
Yeah, that was quite interesting though. Cheater unlock. Who do you think was cheating, in your opinion? Because I couldn't really tell. Like, it wasn't
I
like one
mean,
guy was dropping 30 kills or something, just instantly killing you every time, being perfect. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
I don't know. I don't know.
it's just
I
so
mean, normally I know, but that was
yeah.
pretty good cheater.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, it was such a good cheater, as in, like, he was trying to hide it very well if he was. Like, usually in NA when there's a cheater, okay, it's blatant as fuck. Like, this guy's just running around, like, any timing he takes it, it's like perfect. He's playing perfect. You know, you guys rotate to C, you're stacked, they run back to A. You know what I mean? But I didn't really see that too much, which is quite interesting. So in my eyes, I think he was you know, um, a soft cheater, if you may will,
Yeah.
like a pocket cheater.
Maybe
You
it
know,
was the neon.
Forget Zap.
Because my race
could be.
mentioned some things about the neon that he's like weird and shit.
Could be.
But
He was. I would notice that he was quite fast on his flank. That's one thing I did notice. But you know, but that's usually how Neon's flank. So it's kind of like, but that was very interesting, very very interesting. Okay, just get in here and then share my
Get
screen.
Zap.
one game I top fag, bro. It's a cheater.
Yep. You know, but one thing I'll say, even though you top frag, there's a lot of issues. I'm brutally honest with all my students, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
and I'm not trying to bash you or make, make, trying to like put you under the bus on stream. It's not about
Yeah, I
that.
mean
It's,
that's what I want, bro.
yep,
That's
yep, yep.
Big surprise!
And I'm
Someone
brutally
blew the
honest, trust me.
fuse.
Like, if I
No
see
wonder you
something
brought
that's
me.
repeating or something like that, I will tell my students,
My
because
ult's ready.
like, you're paying me, right? I'm not gonna tell you, yo, good game, bro. It's a great game. Like never ever. Okay? I'm always gonna be as brutally honest as I can, and that's how I am with myself. That's why I'm just a kind of honest person. I try to be. Okay, so okay, let's talk now. Okay, so if I were to rank these categories, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I think about your overall game off this one game. Obviously, I can't really judge you as a whole off one game, right? But
Yeah.
I can still generally see what's wrong with your game off watching you play. Okay, and if I were to really rank these things, okay, I would. Okay, out of five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number one, your best trait, and remember these are all separated these categories, but they all work together. They're all used together. They need to be in
Mm-hmm.
harmony, and also there are subsections of these two. Just because it's aimed, it's not just over. Just your micro flicks. It's so much involved. Okay, so all these categories have a lot of it's very complicated, but I just try to generalize it. So okay, so if you're the number one is probably aim. Okay, you probably know that your aim is quite good. Okay, I still think it needs a lot of improvement. I'll read the notes. I'm just ranking it right now. I think your
Yeah.
aim is quite good. It's solid, especially for this rank. I think it's quite good. It's probably I'll give it in this elo like low immortal, high ascendant. I'll probably give it like a solid 7.5 to an 8. Okay, it's solid. There's a lot of fights you should have lost, but you won just solely off your aim, the quickness,
Mm-hmm.
micro adjustment, whatever it may be. Okay, so that's that, right? But that's something that needs to be secondary, in my opinion, and to most I think high level players. Obviously, aim is important too, but you really need to get your other skills up. Okay, so if I were to rank the number two one, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
probably would give you, if I were to think about this, well, mm, I would probably say your movement positioning, like overall positioning slash your comms might be your tied for two and three. Like they will be taking 2 to 3, not one or the other is higher. Yeah, they're probably close. So it's aim, comm slash movement and positioning. Okay, or actually
Mm-hmm.
maybe it could be a utility usage. Mm, I mean, your utility usage is quite good too, but it's hard for me to really say which one is better because they're quite on the same level in my opinion. So, I'll say comms, movement positioning, then it or comms, utility usage. I think it's better than your movement positioning in my opinion actually, when I think about it now. And then it's movement positioning. So aim, comms, utility usage, movement positioning, and then it's game sense slash the mental game. Okay, this category, this fifth category, is the most important category in this game. Okay, and you probably
Yeah.
know that. Okay, especially if you watch Radiant players, VCT stuff like that. Okay, aim becomes not capped, but everyone has good aim at this point or higher, right? Similar, right? Similar level of aim. Obviously, there are people that are much better, like Radiant players, but uh, the baseline becomes really good here, as in everyone is kinda on the same level in aim. Like a high ascendant, low immortal player can kill a mortal 3 player. Okay, there's not too much difference in terms of aim mechanics,
Yeah.
right? You understand that, but the biggest difference, the biggest edge that they're getting is the game sense, the mental game, experience, understanding situational awareness, understanding uh, advanced concepts like entering, scaling, taking space, stuff like that. Okay, understanding entry angles, off angles, common corners. Okay, that's what really separates the best to just the average player, right? And that's what I really try to help my students focus on is the mental game. I don't really care about your aim. Okay, you know, yes, you top fragged on your team, but I'm gonna be brutally honest. You actually didn't do too much. Okay, you'll watch the VOD. Yes, you got a couple kills in here with a Judge or an Odin, but a lot of those rounds you still lost, or you baited your whole team. Okay, that's the issue. If you entryed and you killed 3 and you're scaling and killing a lot and retake you're killing 3 people, okay, then I'll be like, okay, yes, then your aim is important. But the way you are playing the game, and you told me you're like, I feel like I'm not having a lot of impact in these games, and I'll be brutally honest, you aren't. Okay, obviously we can't look at the scoreboard to see your ACS. Okay, because that would tell you everything in terms of production. But your team was kind of bad too. But your overall production was pretty bad on attack especially. And there's a lot of fear in your game, uncertainty. You're not sure what to do. You're scared to go in sometimes. And I'm not saying you don't ever go in. You do go in. There was one round where I wrote that was your best entering scaling round. We'll get there, but you really really gotta understand your role. Okay, yes, you're neon, whatever you know, but you gotta understand the entry duelist role. Okay, this is something I specialize in. I am also an entry player. I play Jet and Reyna a lot. Okay, I didn't play
Mm-hmm.
Neon, but I play a lot of Jet, Reyna, and ISO. Okay, all these concepts of an entry player or a duelist player moves to any duelist agent, whether I play Neon, ISO, Raid. Okay, it applies to any agent. So don't think of your and I'm not saying you do, but don't. There's some students that do. They're like, oh, I'm just a Reina player only. I'm like, no, you're a duelist player. You need to understand these fundamental concepts of being a duelist player, entry player, which will give you more production. If you get what I mean. Understanding your protocol situationally every single time, no matter the round, no matter the situation, you need to kind of know what to do. And we'll get there in the round specifics. Okay, but let's just start with your general notes. I tell all my students, bro, there's always gonna be more cons than um, pros.
Mm-hmm.
But for you, you actually have some good pros. So, because some of my students, like when we get to this point, they have almost no pros, right? They're low level bronze players. Like, what am I gonna say? Like, that's really like good about their games. Besides, maybe their aim, because this is the common thing, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, especially in NA, EU not as much probably, but NA, everybody, like 90%, 95% of even my students, okay, they only worry about aim. They'll be like, man, I think my aim is the issue when we talk, first talk. Like, oh, my aim sucks, this and
Mm-hmm.
that. And then I watch them play. I'm like, bro, your aim is pretty decent. It's everything else. It's your utility usage. It's your comms. It's your movement positioning. It's game sense, understanding concepts like re-hit, lurking, inserting lurks, fakes, stuff like that, right? And that's the main thing I really try to help my students understand is this mental game that uh, everyone struggles with. Even there was a time I did too. I still probably struggle with it here and there. Not as much, like not as uh related to maybe the lower level, mid level guys. But I yeah. Anyways, but this is the most important thing. Okay, and I'm saying you specifically. You need to work on this. Okay, you have good aim. I'm sure you work on your aim all the time. Okay, keep doing that. Keep improving it. Get faster. Get better flicks. Get better micro adjustments. But if you really want to be a Mortal 3 player, if you want to be a Radiant player, okay, you need to. I cannot emphasize this enough. Start thinking about this. Be critical. Watch pros play. Watch Radiants play. Uh, Evaluate yourself. Be honest. Okay. But let's go to these general notes. Um, so let's start with your cons. Comms. Okay. Not feeding, and I'm not gonna go to. I have a bad habit of when I read these out, I start going crazy into detail. But we're gonna get there when the round specific comes. Okay.
Okay.
So don't worry. It may seem general now, but we're gonna really break it down when we get there. Okay. Okay. First note: not feeding comms in mid round enough. Okay. Slash often. You're really, really, and I put this in your pros. You're really, really good at making pre-round planning. Hey, can we go A? Can we split this? Hey, can you throw me a flasher? Can you throw me a stun here? Whatever, maybe. Okay, that's a really high-level way of talking, but you're only doing it before the round. Okay, you need to do it mid-round, early in the round, mid-round, and late in the round. Any situation, dead or alive. I'm not saying just start yapping when you're dead, right? Everyone knows you're not really supposed to talk when you're dead, but there were sometimes you could feed some information too. But we'll get there. So
Mm-hmm.
because this is a common thing I've noticed too. A lot of players only communicate things they see around them. As in, I'm here, I hear B. Remember that round you're here, you're like, oh, few steps B, right? That was good. But you should be doing that. No, your awareness should be so good that you can do that anywhere on the map. Your eyes should be so sensitive to the minimap. Anytime one question mark pops off, you should be the one calling it, so your team can understand what's going on. Why? Because for specifically you, I think you can be an IGL. Being an IGL is quite important in this game, especially if you play solo queue. You want to climb higher and higher. Leading your team is the best thing you can do, and not just leading them, helping them understand the bigger picture. What is the enemy doing as a whole, not individually, but as a whole? What are they doing? What is their plan as of right now? Okay, so That's that. Okay. So the next thing is needs to lead and be assertive. Okay. You're quite, again, I told you mid round, and then this is more of a mid round thing, not pre round. Pre round, I think your comms are quite good. I'll give it like a 8, 9 out of 10. You're like, hey, can we go here? You're putting your 2 cents in, stuff like that. Asking for utility usage. You're sometimes telling them what you're gonna do. I would like you to tell them what you're gonna do more. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna start arcade. If I hear them here, I'll let you know. If they're running off, whatever maybe, whatever. It's all situational. But that's that. Okay, lead them. Be a leader, bro. Okay, you're the best player on your team in my eyes, and probably in most lobbies if you have good aim and stuff like that. Even if you win or lose, we're not thinking about the results. We're thinking about the average. Like, I can kind of tell you're much better than a lot of people in your elo just off your mechanics. Okay, but you need to not only tell them what to do, but show them by action. So lead them and tell them, hey guys, let's go B, split here, smoke stairs, smoke drop, smoke tower. Sorry, let's go 2 down sands, 3 A main, or whatever. Let's smoke link and tower, or let's smoke spawn and drop. I'll wall out sands. Two of us are gonna start running out. You guys are gonna have to come out with us. Use your utility, right? Like, whatever it may be. It's really situational. But let's go B, guys. Okay, we're going 4 arcade, 1 main. Main guys stay slow. We're gonna go really fast. We're going 2 towers through lower arcade as well. Stuff like that. And one guy pushed it. Whatever it may be. Clear def. Tell your team. Make sure the site's clear, guys. Make sure, guys, it's clear, right? Stuff like that. So, you got to work on this, okay? Because it's just your mid round. It's not your pre round, but it's your early round, mid round, late. You just stop talking. You'll say some things here and there, but you just stop talking, which I don't like. You need to constantly make sure you guys are on the same page, and you can do that by just telling them what's going on. When you can identify and process these situations by yourself, because you know why? Because I know that, because I do that. And I did it on another VOD yesterday or 2 days ago, where my student didn't understand how to play a game. He was struggling in plat, and I got in my alta. I played in a diamond lobby, and I showed him how to communicate, how to play, how to plan, stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh my God, this just changed my mind," right? So you really gotta just kind of take things in your hands, on your shoulders. Yes, you top fragged, but look at the score. Yes, they had a cheater, but still, if he wasn't a blatant cheater or something, he was probably soft wall hacking, but still, like, you could have done a lot more in my eyes. Kills does not mean your overall value slash production. Just because you top frag doesn't mean you played that well. Okay. Anyone can top frag when they're baiting, just getting eco kills, just kind of getting useless kills where you lose the round, but you get 2, 3, right? Those kills don't matter. They matter when you're winning the game, winning the round. Okay. What's the point of going 30 and 10 when you lose a game, right? So
Yeah.
obviously, your team is involved too. Like, your team could be really bad, whatever. But still, if you're going 30 and 10, and you're losing the game. There's a problem. I'm not saying you went 30 and 10, but if that person is going 30 and 10, there's a problem. He did something wrong, or his production was not as strong as he believed it to be. He might have been getting a lot of kills where they're 1 HP, stuff like that. So, stealing kills, stuff like that. So let's move on. Mid-round call. Sorry, oh yeah, sorry, we moved on from that. So that was that point. So okay, next category, aim. I wrote not taking enough duels on attack. Maybe even defense near the end there. You're shying away. You have good aim, bro. Shit on these kids, man. There's too much fear in my eyes, the way you play. On attack especially, you're baiting them so hard. It's actually pretty crazy in my eyes. Okay, they start 4B, you're solo arcade. They start 4 A main, you're solo drop. Okay, or there's 2 of you there, but still, this round, to give you a specific example. They were 3B main. You and Ray started arcade. Ray's went up tower, scaled the whole site with his team. You were just standing here, AFK in the smoke. You wanted to go back. You came back. You fought this guy. The Rays killed him, and then you came back. You got a good kill here, but that's not the point. The point is that you're wasting time here, doing absolutely nothing. This is smoke. Get the fuck out on site. Okay, help clear them on the site. Get on the site, start scaling the site, make sure it's safe for your team to set up, and then start looking for fights, because they're gonna start running out. Okay, so you gotta get ready for that. It's a little bit of a situational awareness, a little bit of understanding what your protocol is. Okay, and we'll get there when the rounds come up. I'll explain the duelist role a little bit more, but you gotta.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of did this with the solo arcade and no solo dish.
Yep.
because I mean we had a race, right, and we didn't have someone like Jamba, Killjoy, or Cypher, so
But what
and
does that have
I
to do
didn't
with
want to
anything?
trust my team on.
Yeah, but you're okay. You're not even in the mid low levels where you can think like that. Okay, I can't trust my team. Okay, if you're like bronze or like plat, diamond, I could kind of understand that thought process. But you're an ascendant, bro. Even though your team was kind of bad, these guys kind of know what to do, and they were literally taking the site by themselves without you. That's my point. Okay, I understand if you're saying, okay, oh, they suck. I don't want to believe in them, but they're doing all the work. You're just sitting here AFK. Do you get what I mean? There's a problem with that. You're a duelist. Okay, and I'll briefly. I won't touch too crazy on this point because I wanted to explain it when the round gets there, but I guess now is the time. Okay, duelist. Most people play duelist on a selfish level. Oh, solo lurk, Reyna, Jet, just AFK lurk, try to get kills, get out. Look for a solo fight. This is not how the duelist role is played. Okay, the duelist role is a selfless role. Okay, selfless, not selfish. Selfless. You must put your neck on the line. You must put your life on the line. The chances of you dying first are really high, higher than a controller or a sentinel player, right? But you need to put your life on the line for you to clear the site. Entry means getting on site. Getting on site, that's not even the only thing. You get on site, then you must scale the site. So we clear here, we go tower, we clear here, we come here. Okay, so that is the protocol as a duelist. You must put your life on the line and obviously play with your team, as in the initiator and duelist role on attack go hand in hand. It's like brothers, okay, two brothers. They must really play together, and you were doing that well. I'm not saying you were. I'm just trying to explain it so you understand it further, okay? And you understand that. Hey, throw me a flash here, throw me a stun here. I'm gonna go outside, whatever. Okay, so you were doing that well, but you weren't doing your role as well as you can be in terms of he throws you a piece of utility. Go, well, whatever. Go in on site. Come over here. Scale. Start scaling. Entry and start scaling. Clear this corner. Clear tower. Okay. You did this on B one time, and it's in the rounds. You did it one time. Okay. So many rounds. You were just waiting, AFK, letting them do everything. And I understand you also have a race where it's a shared responsibility because there's two duelists. But you cannot just, this is such a common thing I've seen with all my students. They'll, even when there's two duelists, they'll lurk by themselves. They'll be by themselves and then let the other duelists do everything. And you were asking him, hey, can you enter this time, which was good. You can identify that as a shared responsibility. But he was doing it almost all the time on attack, okay? You need to pull your weight. You can't just stay behind AFK and just get these easy kills. You need to put your life on the line for the site to be safe, for it to be clear, for you guys to set up. Because why? Your team helps slash makes it easy for you to do that. Okay, utility, smokes, they come run behind you, ready to trade you, stuff like that. So when they're actively doing their role to help you to do your role, you must be optimal. You must do it to full potential, and you're not. I'll give it like a 5 out of 10 in terms of entering and scaling and understanding sections of the site, stuff like that. And we'll get there when the rounds come, but this is something that needs major work. You need to understand your role much better. And obviously, it's one game, but still, it's not like it happened one round. Okay, you entered well once or twice out of 12 rounds. That means 10 rounds you were just baiting or by yourself, just unaware of what to do, or you just come in last, you're last alive. Like, it's just so silly to me. Okay, so let's move on though.
Okay.
The next thing is, so again, from that point, not taking enough duels on attack. Okay, I'm not saying run in with your knife out, just rush in with your dash, but you gotta be methodical. You gotta understand where they're gonna be. You gotta deduct them. You gotta know where these entry angles are. Okay, stuff like that. All right. Next thing is crosshair placement needs a little bit of work when rotating. That's the only really issue I had with your crosshair placement. Okay, there's sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes this needs work. You're rotating. It was like body level, like or like there's level changes in terms of like levels, as in like angles. So coming down or going up or whatever. You got to make sure it's head level at all times. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I think overall your crosshair placement was quite good. You know where head level is, but this is another common thing with my students. A lot of students are only good at head level when they know or slash can anticipate someone's gonna come there. Okay, they hear somebody, they heard rotation, whatever, and then they start going immediately from here to here, right? But there's times where you don't know, or you're just rotating. It's quiet and it's not ground level like this, but it's probably more body level, like you're down here. But it needs to be always, 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 everywhere you go. Doesn't matter. Level changes. You start moving up, moving up, moving up. Move your mouse, wherever it goes. Okay, up here, up here. Okay, stuff like that. But it's a little bit too low. As in, if they walk out there unexpectedly, you're gonna die. You're not gonna be able to kill them, or it's gonna take too long to adjust, and that's not optimal. You want to just instantly delete them when it's unexpected. Okay, so that's that. Nothing crazy there. Okay, I think overall your aim is quite good. Movement positioning needs to entry. Okay, some of these points work together, like movement positioning plus game sense plus it's very complicated stuff. So in terms of what's involved, that's what's complicated. Like there's a lot involved with all these categories. So there's gonna be a few points in movement and positioning that will be also in game sense. I just wrote it in both because they really go into both. They both are involved for this type of stuff. So needs entering. Okay, this is more of a concept. Needs to entry. Okay, we really need to entry first. Okay, I'm not saying entry as in you let 4 people run in on site and then you go in. Okay, yeah, you entered as well with your team, but they did all the work. Like a smoke splitter is going in first or whatever. You need to entry first. Okay, and you got to think about it on this point where think about an arrow. I tell all my students this. There's an arrow, an arrowhead, and a feather. The feathers help it, spin, trajectory, speed, go through the air. So does the stick. It supports both of them. Okay, and I'm going to ask you, what does the arrow head do? What does the tip of the spear or arrow do?
It manipulates the speed of the rest of the arrow.
What else? That's secondary, but what else?
It pierces through the
Right.
target that's in front.
Right. It goes through. It goes into the wall. It goes into the person. It does damage. It breaks the defensive armor or line, if you may will, to give a reference. Okay. That's what you need to think about yourself as. You're the spearhead. You're not the stick or the feathers staying in the back or supporting your team. You're the spearhead, the arrowhead. You must dive in first, whether you die or not. I'm not saying run in mindlessly, but take some precaution. But I'm saying in terms of movement, you are the first one, or trying to be the first one to come in, clear these towers, come here, come clear default, start scaling. You clear this, boom, boom, okay? Because that's what an arrow does. You're breaking their defensive line. You go in first, so that's something you can kind of think about. Okay. The next thing is wants to play on the weak side on attack. He's baiting way too hard on attack. So, when they go 4B main, 4A main, you should be in the strength, in the pack side, not the weak side. Okay, leave that to the controller. I'm not saying you can never ever do that. There are times and place for it, right? When you've identified, oh shit, yo, that no one plays arcade, whatever it may be. But still, you should be scaling. Go up here. This is all small. Come cross. Come fight with your team coming out A main. Stuff like that. Okay. You always want to go. Like it's a common thing. You'll see it in the VOD. They go 5B main. Okay. You go arcade. They go 5. Main. You're like solo sands or solo dish. Okay. Like this is unacceptable as a duelist. Once in a while is fine. Okay. I'm not saying you can never do it, but you need to be with the pack. Why? I'll explain it. Because when you're okay, think about the difference between you running in by yourself as a duelist versus the whole team behind you. What's the difference?
They can trade me.
Exactly.
That's
They can
what I said.
trade you, and also you add some fear there to the enemy, as in when they hear 4 of you running down and you're a neon, okay, they're not gonna be very happy. They're gonna be like, oh fuck, they're running it down on me. They either have to come fight it, as in hold their ground and face 4 people, or just give it up completely. Okay, that's the beauty of playing with the pack, right? It's like a pack of wolves. 1 wolves versus 6 wolves is a huge difference. Okay, you're gonna be like 1 wolves. A man might be able to kill a 1 wolf, maybe, but like 6 wolves, even like a lot of animals don't stand a chance. Like buffaloes don't stand a chance, shit like that. So play with the pack, because your role is to play with the initiator. There were some rounds you did it well, like on Sands, you asked for an initiator or here or whatever. Or, even when you were with the pack, you just ran it down. Like, remember when you kind of ran it down with the judge here? Like, Why?
Coming through.
Like, the whole team's with you. You could just play patiently a little bit, or wait for them to catch up. Cause you just ran down with a judge here, and then you just died to this guy, and they can't even trade you. They're not even close enough. You know, you just come, wait here, wait until they're all behind you, and tell them. Cause you don't tell them, you don't feed them information what you're gonna do, and that's important. Okay. We'll get there in the pros, but you gotta tell them every little thing, even if you think it's useless. Guys, I'm going in. Remember, you're the spear, you're the head, so you initiate some sort of contact. That's more of the initiator role. They initiate the contact. They'll be like, hey, I'm flashing you in. Hey, I'm like good players, higher levels. I'm gonna stun you. Hey, I'm flashing. I'm dogging. I'm droning. Wait, right? They'll kind of do that more, but you know, at this levels, you need to be that guy because this is still not the higher levels yet. So you gotta be like, guys, I'm going in. Get ready. Ask them, are you guys ready? They say, no, don't go in until they're like, ready, go now, and then you guys start going in as a team. Don't go in by yourself, stuff like that. Okay, so there's a lot of big differences in this. Yes, you're with your team some of the time, but you're not actively playing with the pack. Okay, so let's move on from that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
The
ahead.
thing is, I'm trying that, right?
Yeah.
In some games, but it's like you ask, yeah, I guess, are you ready? And it's just quiet, bro.
Yeah,
It's
sure,
just
but
quiet on
still,
these
like,
people anyways.
you know, I'll give you to another example. I had an EU guy a couple days ago. He's a gold guy, so it was a second session, and I told him something. I'm like, why are you doing this like this? He's like, well, you know, I'm in gold. Like, why would I ever think like a higher player? I'm like, don't you want to be a higher level player, or do you want to just stay on the gold mental forever? Because and he's been stuck in gold for 5 years since the game came out. So that's probably a big reason why. It's like he's using his subjectiveness as in, oh, it doesn't work in this rank, or it does work in this rank, so you know this is the way I must think. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, if you want to be a Radiant player, if you want to be a Mortal player, start thinking like them, no matter the elo you are in, because you're gonna start outshining them. You're gonna start becoming, you know, showing them and leading them. It's like a little bit come back to your leadership as well. And I explain to so many students. Okay, when you show people in this game, especially this game, okay, because I know through experience myself, and I've seen on Radiant streams or whatever, okay, or pro play, whatever, or even I played on a couple teams as well. So when you show people that you know what you're talking about, slash they know they're better than you, they will follow you, whether they talk to you or not. When you say, guys, get ready, I'm going in right now, they're gonna follow you. Okay, if you think that they won't, you know, obviously you gotta set them up to believe that you are the best player in the thing, and usually that comes with confidence. You gotta be confident in what you're calling. You gotta be vocal. You gotta be assertive. You gotta direct them. Okay, you gotta also hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. Hey, stop doing this, bro. Stop walking down mid, man. And you know, if they don't listen to you at that point, there's nothing you can do. All you can do is control yourself. But you know, those are the better players. That's what better players do. Hey, stop walking down mid. They're just holding you. You've died 7 times. Stop it. Play with the team. Okay. When you start saying those kind of things, people understand that you're the better player. You understand. You know, you're aware. You kind of know what's going on. So that's that. You gotta really um sorry, yeah, you really gotta just kind of just make sure your team is synergized and on the same level, on the same thought process, slash on the same page. I should have said, sorry, it's the same page. Okay, we'll get there though. So the next thing is, where were we? Okay, so that was that. So he was baiting way too hard on attack. That's that. Okay, so we're kind of getting sidetracked. Okay, the second last note in movement positioning is needs to understand first, second, third section of sights. I'm not gonna explain this now because it's too lengthy. We'll do it when it's on the rounds. Okay, but every site, every map, no matter what you tell me, obviously it'll be different, the sections, because all sites are quite unique, stuff like that. Not all sites have backside. Like this site doesn't really has a quote unquote backside where you say backside, right? You'll say tower, or right here, right? Like, you know, this is default, this is like, you know, the corner or whatever. And I don't even know what this call out is,
I
bro.
think that's default, no? And that's dice
Uh,
box.
yeah, this is
I
dice.
think
Yeah,
so.
I guess this is default here. This is
There.
dice, yeah. Some people call this default too, though, because some in NA at least
Okay.
they default plant here a lot. They don't really
There.
plant here too
Yeah.
much. This is more the safe plant, right? The site plant, tower, when everyone's stacked tower and over, you know, stuck there, stuck
There.
here like that, where they cannot play main. This is, you know, a main plant, right? For long, as they would say, you know, it's
Yeah.
plant for tower, site, and main, you know, whatever. Everyone can make a play on it. Okay. So yeah, this is dice. You're right. I just, yeah, sometimes I blank out, but you're right. This is dice. You know, this is probably Yeah, I guess you could go both ways. These are both called default. I guess really it really depends. Okay, but let's move on. So next, wait. So where were we? Yeah. So every site, every map. You know, even if we go A, yeah, this map is unique because there's no big square in the middle. You know, like on C Haven where that's backside, or you know even on A on Haven it's like that's backside, right? So like this site is a little bit more unique, but I will explain it as best as I can when we get there. Okay, I don't want to get into it right now. It's way too uh uh it's really long for me to explain, so I'm gonna get there when I get there. Okay. The next thing is needs work on his micro adjustment in his fights. Okay, there's a lot of your fights where you're standing in the same spot. For example, this one, you kill this guy, and you get your stun out to put it out, but you're just in the same spot. You could have just came over here and done it. Stuff like that, like the micro adjustment in your movement, not your aim. But kill this guy, start backing up a little bit, use this, run away, whatever maybe. Okay, but you're just like here, and then you're like you kind of hesitated. I could see you wanted to leave, but you were like, "Argh!" And then he just traded you instantly, right? You just had it out in your hand and he killed you because you're not moving, you're stationary, as in you know, you could have done anything. Going like this and just get out. You're on neon, right? But you're stationed. There's a lot of fights like that, but the rounds will come. So the next thing is utility usage. I think overall it's quite strong. Like on this agent, you use it. I would kind of like you to use this a little bit more in terms of like, you know, repositioning yourself. You start B, whatever. You go over here, wrap arcade, or you know, on defense you can flank faster, take the space, and just run down stuff like that. I think your walls are decent, not bad. You know, nothing too much with your utility usage. Your stuns could need a little bit of work though, like you know, bounce them up. Bounce them, stuff like that. You know, I'm not much of a neon player, but bounce. I would like to see you bounce them more, like you know, right here, stuff like that. You know, because people are gonna get caught here when they're running away, hearing four of you. But overall, I think it's pretty strong. Like you know how to play this agent. You know, I would like to probably see you use this a little bit better. Like over here, I think you used this twice. You didn't really do too much with it. I would like you to kind of do it better. Like you turned it on here in a 1v3. It's probably not a good idea when you know you're kind of low HP too. I'm pretty sure, but just save it for the next round. There's another round where you used it on eco, but you did nothing. You just used it and just instantly died right here where he ulted you and then killed you, right? But that was a little bit unlucky that round. But yeah, just try to you know stay back a little bit, run around, just you know look for them, stuff like that. Maybe turn it on once you get on site on entering, but you didn't have too many opportunities like that because you weren't entering. Okay, let's move on. The next thing is game sense / mental game. I wrote there is some fear. There's a lot of fear in your game, mostly on attack. Defense a little bit, not as much, but still there. Okay, especially here. Remember when you guys were on retake? Okay, in the 2v3, you just took way too long here. You just not know what to do, or you're just scared to go in because you're gonna die. But I'm gonna ask you, like, didn't you guys lose a round, or you know, some rounds you died anyways? You might, you might have.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead.
This round, I don't know if this was the round I'm thinking of. I wanted to call something with my breach, and he just went arcade back, took the zipline to main.
Yeah, I
And
can't
didn't
remember
know
that
what
round
to do.
specifically. I'm just talking about that round where it was like 2v3 and the guy was dish and you were here.
Yeah.
And you just took way too long. You got one kill, which was good, but and then like you're just sitting here. You got the kill here, like here, and then I heard him door as well, and you're just sitting here and you didn't know he was really there until he opened the door. Like you're just here too much. Go and try to at least try and have a chance. Okay, and just go. Just what? Okay, and I'll tell you this. Okay. You need to make mistakes. You need to die to really learn in this game, and that's why you're shying away from taking fights, entering stuff like you're too scared to die because you feel like you're not gonna add value. But that's actually not true. It'll add value when you die and you learn from these moments. Okay, you gotta put yourself in the fire, as they say. Okay, you're not doing that. You're not putting your face into the pressure. You're just here waiting for something to happen. But they're on attack. You're on defense. You're the one that has to make something happen. That it's different when you're on attack. But you can just wait all day long and play Ring Around the Rosie, whatever it may be the situation, or play off me and just just set up all these fucked up crossfires, whatever. But on defense, you need to be the playmaker, but you're not trying to be that guy on defense as well. You just sat here for I probably would say a good 15 seconds. It's just it takes 45 seconds for the bomb to explode, 7 seconds to defuse. Like that's almost more than a third of the time. It's around a third of the time where you're burning for no reason. Go down. Just come here. At least move up and give yourself a shot. Isolate some fights. Okay, kill this guy. Start using that momentum. Okay, I've killed this guy. I've killed this guy. Okay, now come with me. Come, whatever. Smoke. It's all situational. But you need to experience these things through failure. Okay, you don't get better at these things by shying away and just waiting and just getting these useless ass kills and then saving your gun and going away. Okay, I'd rather just, even if you just double keyed and tried, I would have been like, yo, you tried to win the round for you, right? You gotta think about it like that. Play for the win. Okay, try your best. Leave everything on the field, as they say, whether it's soccer, football, hockey. Leave everything on the field where you can look back and there's no regrets. Okay, but here, I'm sure you regretted this decision to just stay here for 15 minutes. You're like, why did I do that when you think about it? Right? Like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm on defense, right? Like, we're all humans. We can understand what we're doing. Like, kind of not I won't say wrong, but optimally. We're just standing here for 20 seconds on defense, letting them. You think they're gonna peek you when they're man up and they're just planting the bomb, waiting for it to explode? Like, maybe if they're throwing, but they're waiting for you to come. You need to make something happen. So, put yourself in the fire. Whether you die or not, just go and try your absolute best for you to try to win the round. Okay? That's probably something 97, 98% of my students and most people do not do. And I did too when I was coming up, when I was Diamond, going up to Immortal 3 for the first time. Okay? That's something I did shy away from too. I did not understand what to do or how to take fights because I wasn't taking enough of them. Okay, you gotta take them. I don't care what the hell the situation is. This isn't VCT where you have to save your gun. Go in and try to win the round. In ranked, okay, you'll hear a lot of pro players say it's always winnable. Okay, it's always winnable. Okay, let's move on from this point. There is some uncertainty in knowing what his protocol is. As in, we kind of touched on this. As in entering, you don't know what your task list is, your checklist, stuff like that. Even on defense, retaking is quite weak. You're just waiting, right? And it's fine. We'll work on this. The next, and let's move on. This one's not too crazy, but still, it's quite important. And we touched on it already, but because it involves everything pretty much. Because there's a protocol / checklist for entering, scaling, and also retaking as well. They are correlated. These two concepts are actually correlated, and I'm gonna see if you can get this right. Do you understand why entering? If one person is good at entering, they should be good at retaking, or why they are connected.
I mean, it's both taken aside, right?
Yeah, it's just somewhat of a right answer, right? It's the same angles. Okay, whether I'm entering or retaking, you have to re-clear whatever the attacker took, or if I'm entering, I have to slash, clear these common spots slash hold these entry angles when I'm coming in, and then the defense has to retake these angles as well. So you guys are always taking the same fights, but you could always put yourself in the opposite shoes where it's pretty much the same thing but on the other side. Okay, but yeah, they are correlated. Do not think that they are not. These are, and once I tell that to my students, like especially my lower level students, you probably already had an idea, but they're like, whoa, I never thought about it like that. It's true, right? But it is. You're really taking the same fights, the same angles, stuff like that. Where if I'm over here fighting this guy and I was over here fighting the guy on tower, holding that guy tower, it's the same angle. You just have to flip yourself and kind of it's a little bit of a different situation, as in you're not just going to hold this guy forever on defense. You're going to start coming down and holding him and trying to take back the space they have taken, stuff like that. This guy's just going to sit here AFK kind of holding, if he's there he's going to come back, stuff like that. It's a little bit of a different precaution, I guess you could say, but overall it's still the same concept, as in taking the same duels, clearing the same corners, taking the space / retaking the same space. So it's really the same thing. You just gotta flip it on the other side. Okay. The next thing is Wait, okay, so I wrote this on both points where I wrote he's baiting way too hard on attack. It goes both on game sense, mental game, and your movement positioning. So that was good from there. So the next thing is needs to understand first. Okay, I wrote this also in movement positioning plus game sense because they are correlated. But I will explain this when we get there. So let's move on to your pros. Okay, I wrote comms. Okay, we'll start with comms. Pre-planning pre-round on attack, and he's asking other duelists to entry. There's that, you did it 1 round or maybe 2, but you should do it more. Hey, can you go here to raise? I'm gonna go here, and not only tell him, but explain why you're going here for what it is. Hey, can you go with the team B main? I have a play here, stuff like that. Okay, hey, can you go A main? I'm gonna go dish. I'm gonna kill this guy. I know how he plays. Okay, not only ask him to do something for you, but explain why you want him to do it, so he can be like, okay, I trust that you're gonna do that. Okay, like that. Okay, so let's move on from this point. I wrote can be an IGL. Okay, your type of communication in terms of pre-round planning, maybe not the mid-round planning. You're not much of an IGL pre-round, but your pre-round planning, you can be leaning towards an IGL, and you probably know this traditionally. An IGL is usually the sentinel, the controller, maybe an initiator, almost never a duelist in pro play, but tradition in team atmosphere it's usually not the duelist, because he's got to worry about too much in terms of he can't really look at the minimap too much because he's going on site, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's why it's reserved more for the roles that have downtimes. Smoke. This guy's just gonna be in a smoke.
Gotta go.
He presses B. Well, my key is B. He presses the smoke key and he's just looking at the minimap.
I'm
He's
outta here.
placing his smokes, getting ready, just looking. Okay, and then he sees through. He's like, "Oh, guys, leave, right?" Because he can see that while you guys are walking up or holding these angles. No one's gonna be looking at the minimap AFK when they're about to take the site. So that's more reserved for the better. The roles with more downtime during rounds. But I do believe you can be an IGL, and being an IGL, and even though traditionally it's not a duelist, I'm an IGL in all my games. I don't care how annoying people think I am or whatnot. Okay, I lead my team. I feed them. I tell them everything. Hey, bro, I'm gonna leave you. Stay safe. Okay, if he's a sentinel, I'm leaving him. Like you were playing on B with Deadlock.
Gotta go.
Hey, I'm gonna walk down arcade, watch main for me. Or if I'm right here holding this, I'll be like, yo, watch main for me, watch main for me. And he'll be like over here watching main, so I don't get shot in the back. Because if I'm just here by myself and then he's over there, I'm dead from main. So I'm like, watch main, watch main. Hey, I'm gonna take this space. He's like, okay, I got you. So that he can play according, he can be mentally ready to if something goes wrong. Hey, I'm gonna walk down arcade. He's like, okay, I got you. And I walk down and die. He kind of understands there was a risk there already. He's like, fuck, I'm by myself now, right? Or I walk down and I clear. I'm like, yo, it's clear. And then he doesn't need to come over here and look with me. He automatically knows to go look B main and hold that because he knows that I have all of this. I have his back. He has my back. So that's really important in terms of IGL and communication. As in every little thing. I'm just oh shit, my mouse died. Sorry, gotta just plug it in real quick. But I'm just always telling them anything. I'm on B and I see everything on A because that's just the type of player I am. I've trained myself to be like that where even if I'm on B holding something, I'll slightly look to A quickly. I'm like, yo, there's 3 A main, and I'm the one that can identify this thing. Or let's say for example, I'm arcade and then I'm like, yo, 1 arcade. My guy on B is like, yo, 1 B main, and then they're like, 1 drop, 2 A main. I'm like, yo, they're default guys, don't run around. I'm the one that calls that because I can understand and I identify these things. I'm the one. I'm the leader. I'm the best player in the lobby. So I know how to lead my team and show them or tell them what to do in these situations. Stuff like that. There'll be a lot of times where they come B, lots of noise. Okay. And then the whole team starts rotating. I'm like, don't rotate, don't fully rotate. Somebody anchor A. 2 guys stay there. They're not fully in yet. Stuff like that. And then they cut noise. I'm like, yep, they're going back A. And a lot of times it's right. Because I understand if they were going to take B, they were going to take B. They would have thrown their smokes down. They would have started running it down with their utility, throw their flashes, throw their stuns, whatever it may be. But once they make a bunch of noise, okay, even if we only hear 3 or 4, I automatically know there's somebody lurking. So you need to be that guy. You need to identify these situations as well. But we'll get there. So you can be an IGL. I think you can do that too, but you need to work on your overall understanding these concepts, experience, being situationally aware, understanding the advanced concepts like rehits, inserting a lurk, lurking, pathing, understanding how enemies move, understanding where they'll go next, prediction, anticipation, and that's something you really, really got to work on. in my eyes. Okay, let's move on. The next thing is his pre-round calling is good. You know, it kind of goes with your pre-plan rounding. It was really solid. I think every round, almost every round, you wanted to make a call, and you know they listen to you. Remember when you're like, oh, but yeah, I can't trust these guys. They're listening to you. So, and it's not even like to me. You're you know, yes, you're top fragging, and you know, like I said, you gotta lead by example as well. If you show them you're the best player, whether it's by kills or you know just knowledge, experience, making the right, accurate, 100% call, crazy ass game sense calls, stuff like that. They will trust you. They will follow because at this level, especially in EU. Okay, one thing I'll tell you as well is EU Ascendant, High Ascendant, Low Mortal versus NA Ascendant 3 Low Mortal is completely different. Okay, I'm gonna be brutally honest because I had another Immortal 1 peak guy that was an entry and he was playing like a diamond player. Okay, like he did not even know how to entry. You're a little bit better. Okay, you can understand this quite well. Okay, I'll show you what he'll do. He would, and I'm not trying to bash him. I'm just being brutally honest. Okay, he's an immortal player. This you did like this. You should know hands down when you're an immortal player. I don't know how do you get to immortal without knowing this, but he would dash in here as Jet, not on this site, but like you know bind or whatever, and then he would be like this.
Go, go, go!
This is exact. He'll be like, oh my god, oh my god. Like, bro, like go scale the site, right? Like, how are you an immortal player? You don't even know what to do. Okay, you're just sitting in the. He would entry, great, but he would just sit here AFK every single round, right? So, but you know, this is a concept that plat diamond people do well in NA. Okay, high ascendant 3 players, everybody knows what to do. Everybody knows how to play the role. Low immortal, everybody, you don't even need to tell them. They're gonna know what to automatically do. If anything in NA, they will tell you like what they're doing. Hey, I'm about to smoke, guys. Get ready. Everyone starts talking about what they're about to do. Hey, are we ready for the entry? Everyone's like, yep, yep. I'm throwing smokes now. Okay, I'm flashing here. Blah 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 blah. What a dart, whatever it may be. Okay, I'm going. I'm scaling. Yo, it's clear right here. Tower's clear. I got all the sight. Right, like. We don't need to tell each other what to do. Everybody knows. But in EU, I noticed that it's just quite weaker. And the reason for that is because the population is much bigger. These skill ranks are kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They are saturated slash diluted because there's not as many players. There's too many players. So there's a lot of bad players. There's a lot of good players. There's a lot of average players. So the average is much bigger than NA. Where NA is like there's not that many players, but we're really concentrated. As in, there's a small amount of bad players, but there's also a small amount of good players. And then the average is like you know there's a lot of uh, average players as well, small average players compared to EU. I'm saying compared to EU. So obviously I'm not saying EU is bad, but it's just diluted because there's so many players that it gets stretched thin that you know, and this is my opinion. Okay, I'm not saying this is 100% right, but I believe like Immortal in EU is not the same as NA in terms of rank. Maybe like pro play is different. Like the top EU teams versus the top NA teams, they're quite even in my eyes because those are the top echelons of players. But in terms of the averages, like NA is a little bit better in skill and understanding these concepts because it's kind of in our. I don't know. I'm not trying to bash you, but it's just the way it is in NA. Like it's way tougher because it's just yeah just in my opinion like from what I've seen as well through my experience of coaching like I will explain something to an NA student and they'll understand even if they're gold but there's some EU students that are just lost like I don't know if they're boosted or whatnot but yeah they're just it's too diluted. It's not concentrated like NA. But okay, let's move on from that. I'm just kind of yapping. So aim I wrote has good micro adjustments, quick aim. Okay, you have really good, nice, you know. Remember that round you got ice ulted? You just pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
Like, how does he lose that? Like, right? Like, you just shit on him with a classic. Like, you know, I'm not saying that never happens, but it's just like it's so silly to me. Like, he wasn't even ready for you, and he saw you first too. That's what's fucked up. He saw you first, and but anyways, that's really good on you. And you said it too. You're like, oh my god, you're in sad. You're like, oh my god, you're probably like, how did I win that, right? So that was, you know, you got good micro adjustments. I never got to see too much flicking, so I couldn't judge it. You never were in a position where you were like, or whatever, but, you know, I probably will assume it's quite good as well. I wrote that you have quick aim. It's nice and snappy, it's quick, you know. Remember that one round where you were in a 1v2, then you were stunned and you killed the Neon? Like, you know, I think most people will die there. You just went boom and you just immediately start killing them. That's great. I think your aim is really strong, bro. It's 8, 9 out of 10. But it's these other things that we gotta bring up to the same or higher. Your aim must be lower than all these. I'm not saying, you know, have dog shit aim, 2 out of 10 aim, and have these all 10 out of 10. Because then your game sense of movement and all the utility, all of this will get capped. It'll come lower. So it needs your aim 8 out of 10. I want all these other skills 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 minimum. Minimum 7. If it's gonna be lower, it's gonna be only one rank below. 7 out of 10 minimum. Okay, so bring all these up. Start thinking about it. Start being hard on yourself. Be critical. When you lose fights, clip them. Don't just clip fights that you win and destroy where it's easy, your whole team's behind you, stuff like that. Clip where it's like really fucked up, like how the fuck did I lose this round? Did I whiff? The angle was it bad? Should I have moved a little bit here? Whatever it may be, okay? Because that's what the Radiant players do. When you watch Eggster, Psalms, all these guys, the best NA players. I don't watch too much EU guys, just because I'm an NA guy, so I watch all the NA guys. When I watch these guys, okay, they're super hard on themselves. Even when I look at the round, I'm like, yo, he just killed 3 people and he's asking why, like, fuck me, I'm dog shit, right? But he's trying to think on the level where he should have killed all 5, even though he killed 3, or you know, he should have killed 3, but he only got 1, and he's like, fuck me. You'll hear them, they're always like, fuck me, why did I play like that? What, this and that, right? They break it down right immediately after they die. So start doing that, and you'll see these things start coming up really high once you start being critical and stuff like that. Okay, you're already at the, I'll give you the low high elo, as in, you know, you're breaching the high elo, getting towards Immortal 2, Immortal 3, Immortal 1, right? So you are there. So we gotta get these up, and you'll really start. And I'm sure you've hit Immortal before, but there's a difference between having your rank as Immortal and having true skill as Immortal. Okay, it's the same thing in NA. It's the same thing. So many Immortal players, Ascendant 3 players, they're just dog shit players. They've got lucky. They got a hot streak of winning games, good matchmaking. They got carried. They have a really solid duo that's doing all the lifting. They're playing support role. Okay, whatever it may be. But we gotta bring your true skill to Immortal 3 level, where you're always Immortal 3 forever plus. Okay, and that's the importance, and that's what we need to work on, is really your true
I gotta
skill.
go to the toilet real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I know we're yapping a little bit. Good sesh for real. Yep, Claire. Blitz, thanks for the follow, Blitz Point. I'm kind of yapping a little bit, but I think he needs it, so he can really understand what it takes, more it takes to be a good player. It's not just about having good aim. Okay, it's about everything else. In my eyes, my opinion, in gaming in general, it's not about that mechanic that makes you fast or flashy. It's really about what you know, the experience, situational awareness, understanding pressure, having no fear, having a little bit of confidence, stuff like that. And when you bring these skills up, your confidence goes up as well. It's always gonna go up because you know your capabilities. You're gonna be able to know, hey, I can 1v5 all the time. Then you're just gonna be that guy, right? It's just in sports too. It's like Cristiano Ronaldo taking penalty kicks. He knows he's gonna score, so he's done it so many times, right? He's practiced it so much, so it's kind of the same thing. Any questions, everybody? Nope. KBM Sky, how are you? If you guys have any questions, let me know. Bro, I haven't got a good game for you yet. Yeah, it's all good. Good session. I can't imagine getting to that level. Well, you gotta start thinking you can, or you'll never be. If you say I can't get to that level, you'll never get to that level. You must believe in yourself, and that's what, you know, why I talk about the mental game so much. Is it's important. You know, even Nas the Radiant guy, he says it too. It's 90% mental. It's all mental. It's how you're. Yup. You ready? Okay, great. No, you're good, bro. A lot of my students need to go washroom because we always talk so long. And the sessions are long. I'm not just doing 1 hour and stuff like that. But okay, let's just move on from that point. So, um, we were on quick aim. Okay, so movement positioning, is one of your weaker ones. So I kind of didn't have too much pros. One things I will say though is that you're pretty good with your speed. Your kind of dash needs a little bit of work, but I think your positioning isn't bad. As in, yes, you have a little fear, but you kind of are, trying to at least kind of like play it a little bit safer. You're not just running it down like some of my students just start running it down by themselves. Like you don't grief. I noticed that you don't grief. That's what I should say. As in, it's like a 5v3 and you just start running it down, or it's like a 2v2 and you start running it down. Like you don't have that. You have discipline in your game. That's what I should say. I can see that you have some discipline. I'm not saying it's the best, but I don't see you grief. Where in NA, all my NA students they all grief. Like a 2v2, this guy's just wide swinging into both of them and shit like that. Like what are you doing? Like, or like here, like there was one time with my student here where he got 2 crazy kills in a 3v2, and then he just started swinging into the last 2. He died and they lost the round. Where if he just stayed here and I told him like, yo, you just all you had to do is stay AFK and tell him, yo, I have your cross, I have your cross. You guys would have won the round. You guys are on attack, right? But so you don't have that tendencies, which is good. You have discipline. So that shows me that you have a potential to being a really good player. Okay, that trait right there, discipline, is one of the biggest key factors of being a really good player. You need really good discipline to being a high level player. Okay, so that's a good start for you. Okay, let's move on. The next thing is utility usage. I wrote you can use speed well and your walls pretty well as well. You're playing Neon. There's not too much crazy utility. You're an entry as well. I explained to all my duelist students. The utility usage is important, yes, but mainly it's really understanding what your task list is more important. The concept of entering and scaling, situationally what I could do here and there, stuff like that. Winning your gunfights, stuff like that. So overall, I think you play the Neon Agent pretty decently. Obviously, I only watched one game. I think you use utility well. Like it's not like you're never using wall, you're never using stun, you're never sprinting, you're never using your ult. So I think your utility usage is quite strong in terms of this agent. And then the next note is game sense / mental. I wrote he can play with his initiator well. You ask for a stun, you ask for a flash. That's very uncommon. Even from this elo, like people do not ask for stuns and flashes. They just AFK run it down by themselves or AFK lurk on duelist. Like it's super tilting when I see that. But yeah, I think overall you can play with your team decently. Like it's not like they're all A and then you're B solo. If they go A main, you'll at least be towards this site. You know what I mean? Solo dish. Sometimes you group up with them. So that's good. A lot of my students have a problem where they go all A and then he'll be solo B. They go all B, he's solo A, which you don't do. You're kind of solo, but you're on the other side of the same site, which is a little bit on the good side. Still needs a little bit of work. So let's get on to the round specifics. I know it's I'm yapping a little bit on the general notes, but I feel like it's important for you to understand so I can open your mind to understanding more in depth of what this game is involving. It's not just aim and movement. That's it, finished. And me just looking for people. Okay, it's really complicated. And you're from Europe. You probably know Counter-Strike. I'm sure you know Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah.
This game is from
I
Counter-Strike.
didn't play.
Sorry, you played?
No, I didn't play
Okay,
Counter-Strike.
okay. No worries. I'm just saying, this game is stolen from Counter-Strike. So if you really understand Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike's a super fucking complicated game. All these roles, all of these concepts came from Counter-Strike because this game is ripped almost 100% from Counter-Strike. Yes, there's roles. Counter-Strike, there's no roles. Everybody has mollies, flashes, smokes, stuff like that. But that's why it makes it more complicated when everyone is on the same like every player is on the same level of utility and stuff like that. It makes it more complicated. When it's like this where there's one agent, yeah, it's complicated, whatever, like one smokes agent, but it's easy. It makes it super dumb and dumbed down, if you may will. Okay, let's move on. Oh shit, my 1 sec, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, my camera was exploding for some reason. Okay, so round 1 calls for B split. He starts arcade with Raze, plays lower arcade towards Gen. He's staying in the smoke for a while. Needs to entry. Here's one gen, one canteen. Needs to call it out. You don't have to say anything. There. This is crucial information. You gotta tell your team where they are. And I'm gonna ask you, how many players are on the enemy team?
What?
I'm gonna ask you a question. This is you should get this with your eyes closed and your ears closed. Okay. How many enemy players are on the team? On the other team. 5, right?
5.
It's super. We all know, right? But I really ask these dumb questions so you can understand. So when there's 5 players on the enemy team, okay, and you call out where 2 of them are, like that's almost half the team. So this information is crucial, especially if it was like a 3v3 and you heard 2 out of 3. Bro, that's like map hacking. They just really have to look somewhere else for that last guy. But you guys automatically will know where the 2 people are gonna come out. You can anticipate their pathing. They have to come out this way, right? They're not gonna go back spawn and come back main. Okay, especially when they're on a retake. So you need to call this out, bro. Okay, you started arcade with your race, first round pistol. Okay, you came lower arcade. He went tower by himself. You should probably go with him, or if you're gonna go this way, you gotta hold the smoke for a second. Okay, no one's out. Start going sight. Clear the corner. Clear the dice. Clear here. And then obviously he's going heaven. So then you start looking towards this area where you can start taking a fight. This is where we start taking a fight after we've cleared the site. Obviously there are times where you take fights while you're going in as well, but in this specific situation, everything was smoked, everything was covered. They were main too. They were kind of coming out, and I'll try to reenact exactly what you did, and it's in the VOD as well. You came this way, Raze went up, they smoked here, they smoked, and then they did a retake smoke, as in the defense put a smoke here, and you're just like this. You kind of went back, you came back. This guy came here, you and Raze both shot at him. Raze killed him, and then you're here just AFK. You killed the ISO, yeah, but you could have came back to this kill after you've done your whole job. Clear? And okay, everything's clear, guys. Everything's clear. Then you come back down. You come here, or whatever. Come here, come there, whatever it may be. But you get my point. You just sat here for 10 seconds and got the kill. It's kind of useless because you're not doing your job. You understand? Go do your job first, come back to this guy after, because they're not going to push when there's a smoke here. I tell all my controller students, your smokes dictate where they're going to be. So when they smoke, when you smoke here, and you're not a controller, I'm just saying, so you understand, when they smoke here, your team smokes here, they're not going to run out by themselves. They will only come out this smoke when they are ready as a team, and they weren't. They were waiting. You heard one gen, one canteen. The others were probably rotating / flanking. They were waiting. So while they're waiting, go. Entry, scale, sights clear, then come back. Play here, wherever it may be. Go here, come back main and play. Go back tower to arcade and hold flank, and then come back down, whatever it may be. But it's the same thing, but the difference is that you didn't do your job, okay? You didn't play your role, really. You just stayed AFK in the smoke and got a kill. So I wrote, needs to call it out. Good kill on chamber gen. You killed the chamber first, and then you killed the ISO. So 2 good kills. You guys won the round. Good job. But you see where your mistakes are. Okay. And there's way more where it's similar. Okay. If it happened one time, I'd be like, okay, you know what? It's a bad round, whatever. Or you got occupied, whatever. But it's happening all the time. So round 2, there wasn't too much here. There was just an eco, nothing too crazy. I just wrote decent entry, good kills with judge. Like you just dashed in, you killed 2, it's good. Yep. Round 3. Okay, he pre-plans well. They start A. He asks for a flash out. 4 sands. So we're 4 sands, walls off spawn, gets 1 kill with judge. Would like him to scale a little bit faster. There was a hesitation. You'll see it in the VOD. So you guys came out sands. Okay, 4 of you. Remember you had a judge? You went like this. And then you hesitated here after you put your wall. You were just like, and then you went, and it was just that 2 seconds. He got out. You gotta. This is a little bit of your efficiency. Okay, wall this. Immediately start sprinting out. Slide. Boom, 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 boom. With a judge, whatever it may be. Just cross. What is the point of this wall if you're not gonna cross? Why are you gonna just hold this? Okay, this wall is really for you to start moving around and gain a movement advantage. Okay, where they cannot see you. Right. That's what the whole point of smokes and walls. So don't hesitate. Okay, don't have any fear. This is your bonus round. You guys are on bonus. Who cares if you die? Just try to at least set your team up to have a chance. If you just went like this, you would not have ever seen you. You could have just went outside. Boom, 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 boom. What a judge. And just sit in a corner, whatever. They would have came out with you and just start killing this guy. But remember what I said. You're the arrowhead, right? They waited behind you because you hesitated. If you just went like this and started running out, they would all follow you. But you're like just waiting. They're all waiting behind you. So you, in a way, dictate their movement as well because they understand that you're the first one that needs to go in and take the contact. You don't initiate it, but you take the contact. So or make sure the sight or these angles are all clear. Obviously, you have a judge, different story, but it really applies to any gun you have. It's just the concept. That's nothing about the gun. Like even if you had an SMG, like just go, get out, just start clearing these angles. Oh, not here, guys. Whatever, they start coming out. Guys, sight's clear. Get the bomb down. Start setting up. Whatever. Start moving around. Go back main. Wrap with your speed. Stuff like that. Like you can do so much, but you hesitate here. Okay, just don't hesitate. Once you're here, you're on bonus. Like, who cares if you die? You're gonna die. It's bonus. Just get out. Start clearing. Spam this. Whatever. It's like Okay. Pretty self-explanatory. So I wrote. Pre-plans well. They start A. He asks for a flash out, so that was great. I really like that you're playing with your initiator. Most duelists do not do that. Sometimes I probably catch myself lacking in that field as well in my lobbies where I should ask for some piece of utility. But that's a different story because it's a little bit of ego because I know what I'm capable of. I don't really need utility. I know I can just do it by myself with one flash or a dash. So, okay, so force and walls up spawn gets one kill. Would like him to scale a little bit fast. That's all I wrote. Would like him to scale a little bit faster and no hesitation. There was hesitation. Okay, round because you tried to, but it's just too slow. Like 2 seconds. A good player, that guy was already here. Like a radiant player is probably out here already, but you're just waiting way too long. Let's move on. Round 4. They start A main. He's solo dish, so they go 4 main. You're solo dish. Good patience. His team split A. He's kind of AFK in Sands until 3 of them dead. He could have jumped down and killed them one or so you kind of had a little bit patience here, and then you started going up.
I'm out of here.
Okay, you'll see it in the VOD, and you'll hear me talk about this round. I remember this round specifically. Okay, remember this was smoked, and you're here sitting. They came out Sands and A main as a team, 4 people. There's 3 Sands. You'll see it. And you just sat here and you didn't come down until they had all control of Sands and main. Okay? When they're actively fighting, you need to come out. You come out. You would have literally had killed at least minimum 1. I think you would have killed more. Because they were so busy, occupied fighting your teammate while you were just here AFK that they would have had their back turned to you. Right? There's just too much over there where they cannot look here all the time. Better players would one guy would be probably holding this wall, looking back like this, or fighting and then kind of looking back again. But you'll see it in the VOD. Like you just AFK'd here until it was a 5v2. Like you can see what's wrong with this. Like it's silly. Come out. I don't care if you die. Just come out. Go to the side. Whatever. Maybe just help them some bit. Okay, because they're just all in Sands, just fighting for their lives, and obviously they did well. They only had like 2 come out Sands or 3, I can't remember specifically, and they killed everybody here without you. And you're the Neon. You're just here. You're like do 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 do, and they're coming outside, stuff like that. Like at least do something. Come out and at least just run it down spawn at least or something. Don't or go watch flank here at least minimum. You'll see it in the VOD. You're just like this. And they all killed him. Up, I'm out. Like you get my point. Like we won't go too deep. Like just help your team, because you have a movement ability. That's the thing. Neon and Jet are one of the most broken agents. Why? Is because they can close gaps faster than all the other agents. 98% of other agents do not have this ability, where they can close this distance super fast and just start running. Okay, so or a dash or whatever, maybe satchel. Okay, so let's start using our kit accordingly and our role. Our kit lets us close distance. Our role is to go in and entry site and then scale. Let's do that. Okay, come in with them, and then you would have killed these guys. Go, and then you go here. Okay, guys, I got sight. It's clear. Okay, it's clear. It's clear. Right? You see the difference of value you're bringing your team than just sitting here AFK, just AFK. So let's move on. So I wrote on that note, he's kind of AFK. Oh no, wait. So round 3, yeah. Walls off spawn gets. Oh no, wait. We're on round 4, right? They start aiming. He's solo dish, good patient. His teammates split A. He's kind of AFK in Sands until 3. Oh, I wrote Sands, but I meant dish. That's why I'm getting thrown out. I meant dish, not Sands. I don't know why I wrote Sands. I was just. It's because I'm typing during the round really fast while I'm watching you play. So like I knew there were sands. That's probably why I wrote sands. But okay, let's just move on. So let me just fix that real quick because I'm gonna send you these notes. Dish. Okay. So I wrote in dish until 3 of enemy dead. He could have jumped down and at least killed 1 or 2 from behind. Okay, round 5 calls for B. So again, notice the thing. You're kind of calling these plays. You're calling to go A. You're calling to go B. Right. So that's good. I like that from you. I really do. I admire that in your game. So keep that up. But make sure that not only do you call some site, you gotta call a concept as well. Guys, we're gonna split B. We're gonna rush 5 B main. We're gonna go fast. We're gonna play slow. We're gonna look for picks. We're gonna do a rehit. We're gonna run a fake. We're gonna start 5 B, but we're gonna end A. Right? Not only understand where you want to go, but understand these concepts and apply it to your game, if you may will. Okay. That will also help you become a better player once you start understanding not only calling a site, but being more specific, more detailed, using advanced mechanics to start winning the rounds. Okay. So round 5 calls for B. Tends to always want to be by himself. They start arcade, him and Raze. He goes through lower arcade, so you came this way. Jen's side, he doesn't scale and just wants to come back. Oh, this was that round that you wanted to come back. The first round you didn't come back, but you're still AFK here. It's the same thing. But this round is the one where you wanted to come back and then you came back. So he doesn't scale. So he goes through lower gen. He doesn't scale and just wants to come back. 2v3 situation post plant, gets a good kill heaven. But then you ended up, I meant tower, not heaven. But you ended up coming back here somehow. And then you instantly got traded in a 1v3 situation. This is the round where you turned your ult down and died here. Yeah, this round wasn't too crazy, but again, it's the same. No, like, don't be AFK or hesitate to come back. Just go in, especially when these things are smoked. Okay. Round 6, they start B. Main, he's solo arcade. Now, do you see the common theme? Okay. They started 4B main, and he's solo arcade again. Okay. Oh wait, I said B, right? Sorry, I'm running A. I'm looking at my notes while I'm running. Sorry. So they start 4B main. He's solo arcade. They get a kill. He fights ISO arcade. Remember you took the fight here with ISO. You're like you guys were both kind of couldn't kill each other right away. He needs to start immediately scaling tower or site. As in once you've taken that, you gotta make a decision, bro. Whether you kind of come back and play it safe, or go up, or go through this way and try to kill / scale, you need to make a decision. Okay. Or tower. He's just AFK lower arcade again. Goes to gen side pocket. So then you came across over here, and you're holding the smoke, because again your whole team entered and cleared the whole site. I would like him to feed more information, as in once you're here as well, you can hear them. Tell them, guys, 1 gen, 1 canteen. They need to hear that. Say it with some sort of sense of urgency, okay? So that way you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that way they can understand whether they're busy, occupied in their smoke. They can get ready. You're helping them have anticipation in fighting. Okay, so guys, 1 gen, 1 dish, 1 arcade, 1 flank, whatever this is, it's all situational. I don't like to be specific in these things because it's Valorant is super situational. So we gotta talk in generalities, but you get my point. Just feed them, bro. You're here, guys. I hear 3 gen. If you say that and it's a 5v3. They just, even if there's 2 guys watching flag, like, they just know to come back and come hold this with you, right? It just makes sense. So that's why it's important. Okay, round 7, they start 2A main, 3 dish, stuns main box. So you're actually a part of the weak side again. You're always on the weak side, which is fine on this site because obviously main is, but still you should identify that this needs to be the strong side in terms of the attacking. So once they start going 3 dish, you tell them, guys, come back. I just only put 2 max on dish. Bring the 3rd guy here, or 1 guy dish max, guys. Bring 4 here. We need, because this area is a highly fought for contested area, especially when they got like a breach, tail. So you need to really have a lot of bodies here, because you're gonna, I'm not being specific, but generally there's gonna be a lot of trading out in this area, especially if the other team identifies, yo, they always go 4 main, or they love to play A. We need to fight for the space because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna have ops, stuff like that, utility. So just even it out, or bring the strength to your side, bro. Just be like, guys, there's 2 bendy dish. Come, bring 2 more guys here. We need the
the initiator here or whatever. Maybe it's all situational, but you get my point. So they start 2 main, 3 dish, stuns main box. So you stunned around here. Remember that? You went, which was pretty decent. You like stun like that, I think, or something like that's fine. Doesn't matter. It's not about that. So let me just bring these notes down. So stuns main box. No one's there. So remember, you guys started walking up. You and I think it was Brim or was it Breach? I could
Breach.
Breach.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't really matter too much, but you guys started walking up. It was smoked. I remember that. And then so they start trading out. It's 1v. Like I should wrote down exactly how it went, but it ended up being a 1v2. This is that round you won, and also this was a little bit better, to be honest, because you were coming up, you were getting ready to go in, and then they were coming down. So you're like, go, 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 and you guys all start going out. So this was a little bit better of an entry. I would like you to kind of use your utility while you're entering, stuff like that. You know, even a stun if you have it. Obviously you didn't. You know, use your wall, throw your stun up there, or whatever. Just come inside and start entering, and start murdering these kids. Okay. So then, sorry, what did I write? So they trade out. It ends up being a 1v2. I wrote gets a good kill on Neon. And I actually thought you were gonna lose this round when the Neon peeked you here. Remember? I was like, oh fuck. And then he came this way, and then you deleted him, even though you're stunned. So 1v2 gets a good kill on Neon, and then kills Chamber. But this is where it gets a little bit funky. I wrote that you could probably just run to B. I know it's the fancy play. He was opping, I'm pretty sure, right? It's the fancy. You re-peeked him too. At the higher levels, you're immediately dead. Like, you should never ever re-peek an op. Once you've crossed and he missed on you, you should just dip to B because you had time. But you re-peeked him, which is fine. You killed him, which is even better. But you know, don't ever re-peek an op, especially at the higher levels. They're gonna kill you unless you're really, really confident. Or you got this up where you can go like pew and then kill him, which that'll be fine. But still, you'll still die like that too if they're a really good opper with really good aim. But just run B. Like, why are you re-peeking with the bomb? Like, just go B. That's the one thing I'll say in this round. Good round by you, but you know, you could have played it way safer. Obviously, like, you got, you know, whatever, it went your way, but still, you gotta think about it at a higher level where if you re-peek him, like, the chances of you dying is probably higher than 50%. So he's got an op. You're getting instantly deleted. So keep that in mind. I would have just left. That's what I would have done. I would have just. Obviously, it's nice to have the clip or whatever. Just make it look cool. But I killed a Neon. I crossed. He didn't kill me. I'm just running, booking it. Okay, and you would have a free plant, as in just plant anywhere, open, just play anywhere where he doesn't know where you are. Okay.
Yeah.
But overall, good round. You know, I'm not trying to take away from that round. I think you played that round quite well in a 1v2. Just. Like, this is low, high level, so yeah, you can get away with it. But if you want to be a Mortal 3 player, you're probably not going to get away with that play a lot. Okay, so let's move on. Round 8. Oh, wait. Yep. They start 5 main B. They get destroyed in the smoke. I wrote plays really passive. They go back under to arcade. Trade out, it's 2v3. He gets traded in tower. So remember this round where you guys all ran up and there was smoke?
Yeah.
And then, like, was he playing a shotgun?
Yeah, there was a Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky. I thought it was a judge, but I don't think it was. Yeah, I had a feeling it was like a shorty or a like that's what I remember. It was like a shotgun or some sort, but not a judge, because you guys would have all died if it was a judge. But it was like a Bucky. He's just like he put right. This is a common thing. The Brim will smoke this when they hear a lot, and then somebody will come in here and play it, right? So, but what I would like you to do is probably, you know, just run through this bitch. Just go in. Before he can set up. I'm not saying wait for him to go, like wait 5 seconds and then go. Once you've committed to going 5B main, it's going 5B main. So they would have smoked accordingly. Just get through this because he would have been this way looking at your team. If you come out, you know, you kind of went like this, nothing's here, and then you see your teammate dying, you can immediately come back and kill him. So, help your team. You know, maybe you could have even walled, maybe before you done it. No, wall like that, and then kind of, and then, you know, clear this, and then my teammates have to come back and just kill this guy. Stuff like come back into the smoke and kill him. Stuff like that. So that was that. And then so you guys got kind of like, you were really low HP too. So that's just kind of why you played it passively. You guys ended up backing up. You went through this way. I remember this. And then it was like you and Breach, I'm pretty sure, right? And then
Go, go, go.
you guys went up like this. I think you went this way. I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah.
this, and then it's nothing too much to this round. It's 2v3. You're really low. Like there's not really much you can do. One thing I would say is you just play your life. If anything, let your breach kind of help him get on site. You guys both get on site. Get to here. He's on site. Okay, and then you just play your life. Play really slow and play the situation as in. Tell him to come back tower, and then you start rapping, right? You just kind of stood in the open. You died like on the stairs. You died here, right? 1 HP. Just play your life. Go rap. Go rap quietly. Stuff like that. So, or just play your life in tower. Get ready for him to swing out. Stuff like that. It's really situational. But in this specific situation, you should just play your life because you can win these rounds too. Yes, I understand you're 1 HP, but if you played it really, really, really well, really solid, you probably would have won this round. So just play your life. Come back here. Just wait. Hear them all run out. Come behind them. Boom, boom. Kill two. And then you come back towers 2v1. Tell your breach, stay safe. Stay safe. Play time. Play time. Right? Because you just need this to explode. You don't need to take fights. So that's that. Okay. Not a crazy round. I think you guys were on eco too, but it's not a crazy round. Round 9. Plans pre-round well. So again, your pre-round is super solid. You just keep talking when the round starts. Hey, let's do this. Blah blah blah. Okay, really good. Needs to add more fakes, re-hits, rotation in his game. At this point, round 9, they haven't rotated one time. They start. Okay, I will stop there. One thing I'll explain to you in NA is we in ranked, not in pro play, but in ranked. Okay, generally we play more of a methodical game, a calculated game. Okay, we try to generally. I'm not saying we don't ever run it down. We do too, but at the especially at this level, like the Ascendant 2, Ascendant 3 plus level, it becomes methodical. As in, because we know that the players are good. We cannot just run it down 5 all the time, especially if we've done it 10 rounds in a row and it stops working. We've lost 3 rounds in a row now, whatever maybe. Okay, they figured it out. Okay, we play methodical. Okay, we will run a lot of fakes, a lot of default. I should wrote default as well. You gotta add default to your game, guys. We're defaulting. Take the space and do. I'm gonna ask you, and I'm sure you do, and I'm gonna see if you do. Do you know what defaulting is?
Yeah.
What is it?
I mean, it's pretty map dependent, but I mean,
It's a concept though. It's not really map dependent.
yeah,
Just try to answer it. You can get it wrong. It's fully fine. I just want to see where you're at, and I'll explain what it is if you don't get it right.
I
But
mean, you play more spread up,
mm-hmm.
and you're trying to get some space where the
Right.
enemy team
Okay.
is weak and
Okay.
get a cheeky kill maybe,
Right. Okay. You got
and
it.
then decide.
You got it. You got it. I give you pretty well. You got it pretty well. That's a pretty good. Like that's probably one of the best answers I got. Okay. The concept of defaulting is to control space. Split out. One guy's here. One guy's here. One guy. Two guys here. It's to control the space. To control the map. That's the whole point. It's not to really take space. It's to control the space because you have this space already as an attacker. So because they're all stuck on this one line. They're all gonna be B main, like on site somewhere, or in spawn, or arcade, or whatever. You know what I mean? So, it's to control the space and also gather information and or get picks as in they walk down, one guy kills, and then you come to a conclusion as a team. For example, let's say we defaulted. One main, one B. Let's say two B main, one here, one here, one here, two B main. Okay, and you guys kill the guy on A walking out. Like, you guys will automatically all start running A because when this guy starts walking out, the people will know, the team will know that when he's walking out, they have identified that maybe that we are towards B. That's why he started walking out to take space. He doesn't think we're A main. So then when we walk out, because that means that everyone else has not everyone, but most of people are leaning towards B. So in the end, they'll just start running it. You don't even need to tell them. Sometimes you do, but it's all different. But that's the whole point of default. You need to add this to your game. Rehit is the same thing. 5B main. Okay, and I'm gonna ask you. We'll break all these down because you're a high level player. We really need to understand these. Okay, what's the purpose of a rehit? It's okay
Yeah,
to
I
get it wrong.
mean, you I mean, you
Like,
wanna try to get them thinking that you're running to the other side and
mm,
re-hit the sides.
okay, yeah, I'll give you like a half
So
point
that
for that.
there's not all 5 of them there.
Right, right. Like a
It's,
rehit purpose is for them to believe that you're rotating. As in, you've
yeah.
conditioned, like, let's say, for example, we go B a lot. Okay, whether it's a rush or a split, doesn't matter. We go B a lot. Okay, we're gonna rehit as in, you'll see this in VCT. Rehit is one of the most common concepts in pro play. Okay, a rehit is probably the most common. A fake, not so much. They use in ranked, fake is the most common, but in pro play, it's always
Mm.
rehit. They will run up 5, make a bunch of fuck ton of noise or use some utility, and then they cut noise for like 30 seconds, and then they'll rehit because why? They start, and I'll show it to you. We start B, 2 arcade, 3 B main. Okay, they start. Usually B is a 2-man site. Okay, with the sentinel on this map. Usually, generally, can all be situational, but generally, okay, they will start leaning towards B when their teammate, the defense team, is saying, guys, we hear 5B. Okay, they're gonna leave 1, 2 guys maximum, or they leave
Mm.
one guy. They start rotating, right? Then they cut noise, so then the defenders get worried that they're leaving. They've walked off, so then those guys come back, and then even maybe more than what they had on the set. There was 2, and then it became 4. Now we cut noise. Now they're really fucking worried, or maybe we made noise like we're rotating. So then 3 of them run A. Okay, and maybe they did a really good at rehit where they had a lurker here as well, where he starts making noise once they cut noise. Then the guy on the solo guy, and he's like, "Yo, I hear A main." These guys are gonna just start fucking running, booking it to A, and then they execute the rehit. You know what I mean? So it's to thin out slash make the defenders react slash come to them and get off more, as in, because people don't really do rehits. So when you do rehits, it looks like you're rotating when you've started B, and then you guys start making noise to run off, and then you cut noise for 30 seconds. They're like, oh fuck, these guys get worried. They know that leaving one guy here is not a good look, so they start running back, and especially in ranked. They're not as disciplined as pro play, so they might even all start running back, stuff like that, where it's completely free now. So, that's the whole purpose of rehit. And fakes. We won't go into fakes. It's kind of the same concept. Like, we're trying to sell that we're going here, but then we're ending A. It's pretty it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going A, but we're ending B.
Mm.
But obviously you need to condition the teams to use these concepts. You can't just run a rehit on the first round. It's not gonna work. Okay, you gotta run beef 2-3 times a lot. Run it down. Okay, and then you set up the plays, stuff like that. You run down A lot, and then you set up a fake. Guys, we're gonna start A, make a bunch of fucking noise, and then we're gonna lean, we're gonna start running off or walking off B or whatever. Or you make the prediction as a, guys, they play they're gonna stack A here. Let's start A so that way they stay A, and then we have a lurker, and that's a insert lurk concept where we insert a lurk. He gives us info, whatever it may be, or you know what I mean. But we really gotta understand these things. Add it to your game. You understand them, so why not use it? You just call, guys, go B, and that's it. What I would have been like is, because this kind of comes into your awareness of how enemy team plays, and you gotta understand how they're thinking about you as well. Okay, you guys ran it
Mhm.
down 9 rounds in a row, so this is where you gotta be like, guys, let's run a fake. Okay, they're running to us, so let's insert 2 lurks here, guys. We're gonna start 3B, 1 drop, 1 halt. So you guys are gonna hold the A main drop pushes, and we're gonna make a bunch of fucking noise so you guys can start lurking up. Okay, or you hear them run off, you tell us to come back in about 10 seconds before, while you guys clear the site before you tell us to come back. So that way, if you just, because this is a common thing where, and I've experienced this myself, where you set this play up, right? 3B, it's a fake B, we're gonna end A, 1 drop, 1 main, and then they hear them running off the lurker, and then the lurker's like, come back right now, and then these guys immediately start running off, the guys in B main. What do you think these guys are gonna do when this team is telling them, yo, they're leaving? That's a question.
I mean, they're gonna go back.
Exactly. They're not gonna fully rotate, so that's why these guys have to tell these guys as well, guys, just wait a bit before you come back. Keep making noise so I can take more space. I can walk up into the spawn, because if this guy just immediately says, come back, these guys are gonna have been soft rotated, half rotated, and they're gonna come back because their team tells them, yo, they're not in. They're going back. I hear them running. Right, so then they're gonna be caught in rotation coming back, and a lot of times this lurker dies like that. So keep that in mind too. You gotta make sure that you're still making noise, especially as the duelist, because you're gonna be on the strong side. when you sell fakes, you're not gonna be lurking by yourself. You're gonna be the one throwing up a wall. You're gonna throw a stun. You might even go like this, and then you come back, make some noise. You know, whatever it may be. So you gotta sell it, right? So that's gonna be your role. So make sure that you don't. Even if you see the lurker and he's like, yo, they're running off. I have A. Don't just start running off, okay? Just stay, make noise. Try to see what you can do. Just play safe. Boom, boom, boom. Make some noise. Okay, and then once he starts walking up, cleared everything, he's going spawn, then you start rotating. Because then they'll be like, yo, they're leaving. And then they'll get caught with their pants down here with the, running. And the guy's already in spawn, sitting in a corner, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So you understand that, right? So add this to your game. Don't just call A, ask for a flash. Because you're only setting up yourself with that type of play. Oh, this always happens when you're in the custom too long, but those type of communications plans is only setting yourself up, right? Can you agree? Like, you're like, hey, can you throw me a flasher? Can you throw me a stun? Why not set up your
Yeah.
whole team? Guys, we're splitting A. I don't care what the fuck you're saying. We're going A, we're splitting it. Smoke here, smoke there. I'm going in first. Trade me. Okay, this guy always plays here. It's a little bit tendencies to understanding tendencies, patterns. Okay, this is a really, really big part of Valorant. You need to be able to read not only the individual enemy, as in, yo, this Neon just walks down fucking A main every fucking round. Okay, you gotta understand the overall enemy team's playstyle. And I'll probably ask you this question, and it's not like a right or wrong question answer, but you've probably experienced a game where there's an enemy team, and every rank game is different because they're all random players, right? But you probably experienced a rank game where one team just loves to run it down, right? You've probably experienced a team where they play super fucking weird, just triple fakes. They're just never coming inside, just running around, right? So you need to be able to identify and decipher these, and then also use the concepts to accordingly in those situations. For attack, I'm talking about. Defense is a little bit different, but it's the same thing. Once you understand
Let's
the
go.
attacking
World's not
concept,
saving
as a
itself.
defender, you know what's going on. And remember, I was giving those examples where I know exactly what's going on because I understand what a default is. Okay, if they're like this, I know their default. It's brain dead for me not to know. Okay, just give me 1 second.
My ult's
Okay,
ready.
if they run all B main, okay, and they cut noise, I know it's a fake or it's a rehit. It's so simple, right? It's so easy to understand. So you need to, but the first thing is to grasp. You need to understand how the attacking concepts work, okay? Because they are the aggressors. Attacking in this game, and in most things, the aggressors dictate the pace or the reactions of defenders. Defending is a reactive role slash prediction role, as in either you're reacting to them or you're getting 2-3 steps ahead of them. The attackers are the ones that are trying to make the defenders react, move around, find the weak space, and then play accordingly. But that's why defending is a little bit harder, but it's more important because you need to because it's easy to attack, like in the terms of as in being with your team, nobody's running at you. But when you're a defender by yourself or only 2 people on site and there's 5 people running on site, it's a different story, right? Because the man advantage. So it's more about positioning, understanding the concept, good utility usage, making sure you guys are on the same page on both sides of the site, stuff like that, playing together, right? But yeah, so we gotta really work on these attacking concepts, and then the defense side will come once you start using these, experiencing it, and I'm telling you, you're gonna get it wrong. You're gonna make a call and it's not gonna work, but you gotta keep pushing yourself to make the mistake and learn. Okay, fuck, it didn't work this way. Okay, maybe we can run a fake here instead of a split. Okay, maybe we can run a rehit because these guys just run to first contact, and then when we rotate, they just full run off. Okay, now we can run a rehit, whatever. Maybe you gotta identify these things. It's situational. I cannot be specific, but I can be specific in the rounds you've played, but not in overall your game, as in moving forward. So, but we gotta really add this, and we're kind of stuck on this point because it's an important concept. This is one of the most important concepts in my opinion. Like, if you do not know these things, you're not gonna be a good player. You gotta know how the game is working on depth. Not only through aim, but game sense, brain, movement, pathing, how they move, where they where the common angles are, right? This is super common. Tower super common. Canteen is super common. You gotta know where these common angles are, where they like to hold you, headshot angle, whatever it may be. Okay, stuff like that. So you really need to get a good grasp. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying generally somebody needs to have a really good grasp of this to really become a high level, really high level, a true skill high level player. Okay, not just a mortal rank player. Okay, that's the different to me. Okay, anyone that says they're immortal or whatever, I gotta see if they're actually immortal. Okay, so that's that. Let's move on. So I wrote at this point they have, yep. So the next thing is starts B. He walls up and entry sights. Kill breach on sight. Default. So this is great, bro. He walled up. I can't remember. I think it was around here. He came here and then you killed the breach like around here. Remember that? Like around here somewhere. That was good. You entered. Like that's what you're supposed to do. Once you, and remember what I said. There's gonna be times where there is nobody, so you just start clearing everything. But there are times where you entry. You need to take fights. You did. You took the fight. Once you've killed this guy, start clearing things immediately. Start going tower. Take the space that he's given. Because when he dies here, where is he coming from?
From Tao, he was there.
Probably, right? He's the site player. So he's, and you know, obviously I'm not saying that they don't stack this, but you know, when you kill him and nobody's swinging, you kind of can assume that nobody else is there, or you know, just be vigilant, clear it. Okay, guys, it's clear, and then you're taking the space that he's given you, and that's what the attackers do. And I'll tell you in a attacking concept in war, right? The attackers dictate or take the space. Sorry, that's what I meant. They take the space. If the attackers are just sitting in a trench, as in, you know, in Valorant, sitting in a trench would be just AFK in main. The defenders are gonna be AFK and on site, just waiting for you guys. It's the same thing in war, okay? But once the attackers in war start rolling down your country with tanks and shit, okay, the defenders are gonna start getting ready for that. Put obstacles up for the tanks. Get RPGs ready. Get ready to blow these tanks up, right? So we gotta think about it like that. You're the attacker. Invade their defensive line, take their space. You've killed one, take it even further. Make sure that you've got it on lockdown. Guys, tower's clear. I got it. Maybe it could be arcade, and then start looking for a fight. Because, and I'll explain it like maybe I'll explain it next round. I didn't explain the first and second section to you, but I will. Okay. Let's just read through this note because I'm kind of yapping. But so he walls up in entry site, kills breach on site, default around here, somewhere around here, good. Goes immediately to scale tower, and I wrote best entry so far, and scaling this round. Best entry and scaling this round. But again, his team is trading. Oh, so there was another mistake. Great entry, great scaling, but you stayed AFK here. You're like, and they were just trading out. You'll see it in the VOD. They were just fighting, and you're just doing nothing. Okay. And I'll explain it now. Maybe now is the time, okay? Every site, any map, okay, there's a first, second, and third section. This map is quite unique, so it will be a little bit harder for me to explain. But because you know, it's just really open and these sites are really unique. Maybe A could be a little bit better for me to explain. But so every site, every map has a first, second, third section of the site. Okay, so and there are parts leading up to the first section of the site. Okay, so that will be like drop, main. Okay, that will be B, arcade. So there's sections of the map that lead up to the first section of the site. Okay, do you understand? So again, this is the section of the map that leads into the first section, but it's still, you know, you could kind of say it's a part of it, but I don't like to. So you know, when you come A main, how do you clear? You know, this is how you clear A main. You come wide, make sure no one's on the box. You come down. I'm gonna kind of run through it, and then you might just make sure that no one's on the off angle, and then you guys, you know, perfect world. This is smoke. This is smoke. You guys are 5 main. Okay, you guys would look up here, look up here. You know, one guy would kind of hold this. One guy would hold this. One guy would come wide again. You know, whatever. One guy would hold here. Okay, then you guys would. So the first section of every site is always the fucked up angles. That's how I explain it, okay? It's always the fucked up angles where there's a crossfire, one guy there, one guy here just waiting, okay? Or these really hard angles that you need to hold for when, like, you know, like a come out angle. I shouldn't say entry angle, but like a come out angle where they can hold you coming out, stuff like that, right? You've probably experienced that a lot, where you die from those angles where you're just like looking here and this guy's just holding these come out angles and die, right? So we gotta not only worry about these crossfires and these come out angles, well, that's really what we have to worry about in the first section is these crossfire corners here, you know, here, and then, you know, also the come out angle. So so for example, this one, you guys come wide, you know, maybe span this a little bit. One guy would hold here, come here. One guy would obviously hold this perfect roll. Let's say it's smoke, so we don't even need to hold this. Smoke like that. Now we gotta clear the first section, which would be, you know, close right, maybe around here, off angles. Okay, default right, top sight. Okay, this site's a little bit unique because the second section and first section is quite together, as in once you've cleared close right here, this is smoked, and here, like, backside is really only here and here, so it's a little bit different, but this is a little bit of a bad map to explain. But most of the other maps where there's a big square, it's a backside, abyss on B or A, or haven on B, A, and C, or bind on A, back truck, back triple, back side, on B, you know, tube. Okay, those maps much easier to explain. This map's a little bit more complicated. But so once we've cleared this perfect world, that's smoked. Okay, you wall up as well. Okay? You guys clear right, clear under, clear default. Okay, this would be kind of, you know, in this site merged together because it's a weird site. But once we've cleared the first section, as in, let's say for example, the come out angles, so we cleared this, clear this off angle. Okay, now we start. This site's much easier. Now we start going towards the second section, which is spots near / close or is backside. So once we cleared these come out angles, corner, now we start going immediately. You know, you probably notice you guys start immediately clearing this side, right? And then back top side. You know, if we can go B, I'll explain it on B. So the first section on this side would be, you know, this section is leading up to the site, so you guys would kind of hold this, you know, perfect world. This is smoke, this is smoke, obviously, so you guys would kind of make sure no one's here. Okay, and then you guys would come in, so we would clear here, we'd clear here, we'd clear here, we'd clear the dice behind the dice. Okay, we come up, we clear here. Okay, we look at this come out angle, the tower, right? Tower always has this come out angle where they're like this, so we'd hold that. Once we've cleared the first section, this is again a unique map, so a little bit hard to explain, but once we've cleared the first section in terms of the come out angles, the common corners I like to sit in, whatever, dice right here. Okay, now we work towards the second section. So, you know, I would say on this map, first section is everything here, like the come out angles. Obviously it's gonna be smoke, so it's not. So, you know, maybe arcade to tower here, so wherever I'm shooting. So that's the first section. Everything from where I shot to me, that's the first section. So perfect world. This is smoke. This is smoke. So we don't need to. One guy may hold it on your team. You guys come out. You guys look tower to see he's not holding out. No one's there. You clear this. You've cleared here. Now, I would consider tower the backside section of this site, this map. Okay, specifically. Now, once we've cleared the first section, which is the hardest to get on site, we're on site. We must. Okay, go to the second section to clear. Once we've cleared the second section here, okay, maybe a little bit here as well. Like, I would consider this second section. I wouldn't consider arcade too much second section because it's not involved with the site. I would cut it off there. But once we've cleared this first and second section, we can identify that the site is clear. Do you get what I mean? So once we've gone on site, this is smoked, we've cleared here, we've cleared it, and gone tower, we know the site is free. There's no resistance, there's nobody there. But let's say, for example, we've only cleared the first section. Okay, smoke. We look here. Okay, we come up, we look here, no one's there. We clear here, we clear dice. And then we just start planning the bomb, no one goes tower. How nervous are you going to be as a team that's planning the bomb right here? That's a question. A little bit? That's it?
Yeah, a little bit,
You should be
a little bit
fucking.
much, yeah.
You should be scared. You should be fucking shaking in your boots that at any point this guy can come out and kill you guys. So that's why it's important that you must clear first section. Okay, this is smoke. This is smoke. Come out. Okay, you look here. Look left. Clear dice. Come here. Off angle. Okay. Oh, it's clear, guys. Once someone usually is in tower and has cleared it, and your team is coming on site because you guys cleared first section and now we've cleared second section. Okay, maybe not towards here. Maybe some, you know, what I like to do is come through arcade and fully clear it so that way they can't come up and kill me from behind when I'm running back. You know, generally, okay, there are times it's not going to be always clear too. You didn't clear something properly, or they just did a really good move, or you guys are all coming out, he was dicing, he came back below, whatever it may be, and he just made a play. But once you've cleared the first and second section, you know, okay, 90% of the time you know the site is clear. It is safe, okay, and that is your role. You must actively know where these sections are on any map, any site, and I can help you if you have any questions on any map. I can always explain it to you. This map's a little bit of a bad map to explain it on because the sites are so unique. They're open concept. There's no middle of the site, no true back site where there's a big rectangle in the middle of the site and there's a back site, front site, stuff like that. But other maps I can explain it much better. But so once we've cleared these, we know it's clear. Then there's a third section of any site. Okay, that section is called spawn or parts leading into spawn. So canteen, gen, right? There's really only 2 on this site. So even this area would be third section. It would not be second section because it's not a part of back site, right? It's really you're leading into the site. So again, I had a student. I'll explain briefly. So I had one student. He was a jet, okay, and on I forgot which map. It doesn't matter, but he would just he would entry they entry as a team, right? He would go like this as a duelist. You would immediately go to the third section. And what's wrong with that? I'm gonna ask you. It's super simple. You should get it. What is wrong with me just going to the third section? Me just going like this.
The first and second just ain't clear, then it's kind of bad.
Yeah, and what will happen a lot of times when first and second section is not clear and I'm just going like this? What will happen?
Yeah, you just die from the
Exactly.
angles you didn't
Right,
clear.
you got it right. You'll just fucking die because this guy's just watching you run in. So now we understand. You cannot. I'm not saying that you can't all the time. It's all situational. There's gonna be times where your whole team just takes the sides clear and you're making a super aggressive play. But what I'm trying to explain is that because I asked him like, what are you doing? What's the point of you going to the spawn like that? And he's like, I just wanted to throttle on and be super aggressive. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I actually admire that you're trying to go to the spawn because a lot of my students don't want to go to spawn and be aggressive. Okay, but I told him like, and this is a really good point that I tell all my students now. It's like, do not, that throttle, that aggression, put it on the back burner until you have cleared first section, second section. Then I don't care if you fucking run it down with your knife out into spawn and start knifing them or just running into 5 people, okay? Make sure the first, always, I'm being super adamant about this because it's important. Make sure always first section, second section is clear before you turn the throttle on. Do not throttle. And I'm not saying don't throttle to go to first and second section. That's fine. But don't just throttle into and run it down into spawn for no fucking reason. You need to make sure, again, especially if you're a duelist, it might be a little bit different if you're like a controller or whatever, or like a sentinel player making a super aggressive play. But as a duelist, make sure, I cannot stress this enough. I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but it's super important. Okay, you must make sure the first and second section is cleared no matter what before you go third section. And I'm telling you, I'm not saying you can never go third section or you must go all the time. It's optional, but also keep in mind there is a risk in going in the third section. You understand that, okay? These fights in the third section, as in I push here aggressively, I clear first and second, my team's on site, and I push. Okay, these fights dictate the round. If I come here and I die, even if it's a 1v1, okay, that gives the defenders a huge momentum where they start running it out and flooding out for the retake. Okay, but if I come here and I kill 1, 2, 3 players, okay, we're gonna win the round, right? So these fights in the third section are super important. If you're gonna go throttle into the third section, you must make sure you're gonna win the fight, okay? Because it just makes sense. If you go in here and die, bro, you guys are fucked. They're just gonna start taking the space you've given up. They're gonna start coming and flooding the fuck out. Especially if it was a 5v5, you clear the site for your team, you throttle, you come in here and die. It's a 5v4 retake for the enemy. They're just, bro, like the momentum is crazy. So keep in mind, again, first section clear, second section clear. And I'm not saying don't throttle. I'm not saying just walk up. Okay, I'm saying throttle for these two, but do not just immediately throttle third for no reason. So, and I can't stress this enough as well. There's risk. Okay, yes, it's easy to get a lot of kills when they're running out with their knives out and you're ready for them. But there's also risk. If you die here, it's fucked. Like, it's bad. They're gonna gain some sort of mental momentum where they're like, let's go, we kill these guys. Or even if 2 of you guys do and you both die, like, you guys are fucked in a 5v3. Okay, they're just gonna start flooding out. They're not gonna wait for anymore. But if you're here, you throttle, you kill 2, they're gonna take some caution. Yo, Neon's canteen. They were gonna try to look for you, fight for you, give it up, whatever, reposition, whatever it may be. Okay, they're gonna slow down a bit because they gotta clear that area. So make sure if you're gonna throttle to the third, first, second, clear. Okay, first, second clear. I throttled the third. Now I didn't now understand that there's risk. If I die here, it's fucked for my team. If I get multiple kills, it's really good. So make sure that if you're gonna go here, you're gonna like. I'm not saying it needs to be 100% kill here all the time, but you know when you come in the third section, you better try to come up with minimum one, okay? Because if you die there, your team is fucked, okay? Maybe not so much this map, but other maps, like, you're fucked because they're just gonna flood out, especially if those maps are more defender sided. This map is more of an attacker sided, right? Because there's only, and I'll ask you, how many retaking points are there on this map, on this site? Sorry.
Like
Points
where
where,
enemy can come
yeah,
out.
points where they can come out and retake from, in a 5v5,
I mean,
3v4, whatever it may be.
there's 4.
Let's not consider flank. So minus flank, how much?
Okay, then there's 2.
Because retaking is a team thing. Or is the team gonna flank? Maybe not. Like, it's gonna be flank is usually one guy. Flank is a part of the retake, but retake is a team effort. Where's the team gonna come from? Right? How many points? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
There's 2.
Two, right?
There's
Right
2.
here, Gen, Canteen. Same thing on A. This map specifically. All maps are different. There's some maps where there's 2 to 3, 4. Some maps are 4. You know, sometimes we'll count. Some maps will count as like a half on the flank or one full one. Depends on the map. It really depends. But same thing on this. If we set up, where can they really come from? This one maybe is the 2.5 to leading to 3. Okay, Sands, right here. I'll give the Sands door a half because they can come through main, and also dish. So that's another half because that's really only gonna be a flank. There's not gonna be 3 people coming drop all the time. Generally they come through spawn. So this is a more of a 3 type retaking angle. So you need to also identify that as well on each map, each site. It's a little bit of a map knowledge, overall knowledge kind of thing. So remember what I said? I'm just gonna remind you and we'll move on. First section clear. All these come out angles, these close corners, crossfires, close on default, dice. Okay. Now, and the come out angle here as well. Now we've cleared a second. You come here, you're like, oh, nothing here, guys. You know it's free. So then you can start throttling here. But again, remember, there's risk in going here. Your fight here dictates. I'm not saying all the time. There are times where you die and you still win the round, or you kill 3 and you still lose the round. But okay, it will dictate a big chunk of the round, a big percentage of the round. The fights, if you take these fights, there are some rounds where nobody goes third section all the time, okay, because they're super disciplined or whatever. They're just already there waiting, whatever. Okay, these fights will really dictate the way the round goes. So that's why you got to keep in mind with the risk with going there, and save the throttle, as in the monkey aggression, not just you can throttle here too. Just run it down first section. Good, it's clear. The monkey, like the super just ape gorilla, just going crazy ape shit. Okay, save that for the third section if you are going to, and just remember again that there's risk. Okay, so let's move on. So now you understand first, second, third section. You can do it on any map or site. And if you have problems, ask me, bro, on Discord. I will literally draw it out for you on which map you want it on, whatever, okay? So that's that. Because I've explained it on multiple maps. I've actually never explained it on Fracture, actually. But I've explained it on, like, so many times on Abyss, Haven, Bind, those maps. The easy maps with all the backside, back truck, back trip, those sites. But I've never explained it on this map, so it's a little bit trickier for me to explain it. But when I look at this map, that's really the first section. Let's say this is smoked, right? Perfect world. First section is really like here, over here, like dice here, the come out angle here, maybe this guy over here as well, this angle as well, and then maybe arcade. But usually there's some guy coming arcade, so they'll clear that as well. But you get my point, right? So let's move on. We were on round 10.
9.
Yeah, but we'll wrap up round 9. Round 9. So again, I wrote, again, his team is trading out near Gen and Canteen, and he's AFK. Wants tower. So again, this was your best entry round, right? So good. You looked here, so it's smoked. You cleared the first section, or like you couldn't because you're fighting him. You killed him, and then I can't remember if you fully cleared this, but again, let's say you were coming in, right? And your team's coming in with you. You kill him, immediately clear it. Just be vigilant, be precautious. Okay, I come here, it's clear. Now, again, we don't. In this specific situation, it's hard for you to throttle unless you came through here, right? You came through here and you start throttling into third section. but you didn't want to. You chose not to. So once you're here and you have second section on lockdown. Okay, you need to come back and get ready to look towards the third section to help your team, because you'll see it in the VOD. You're here like 5-7 seconds, and your whole team was just trading out. They're just fighting all these guys because the smoke has dissipated at this point, right? It only lasts like 13 seconds, and if you're there for 7 seconds, they're coming out because the retake concept is they will start their retake after the initial smokes are gone. Once these smokes are gone, they're gonna be ready. They're usually asking each other if they're ready, or wait while these smokes are up. So once it's down, then they start going out. Okay, so have to understand that as well, understanding how the defenders concepts work as well, and you will through time and experience and understanding these concepts better and applying them and really working through them. But once the smoke dissipates, bro, you gotta come back. And I'm not saying never ever look back here again, but just come and help your team, because you just left them. And I'm pretty sure you guys lost. I could be wrong. The result doesn't matter, but it's more the sequence. Like, just come and help them. It makes sense, right? In a tactical SWAT effort, the first guy goes in the building. Is he gonna just stay at the top of like bottom of the floor and the whole team's just there? Like, no, he's gonna be constantly with the SWAT team. Constantly, no matter what. Even if he got split up by himself, he's gonna come back to them because there's strength in numbers. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's move on. Round 10. 2 drop, 3 main. On A, he runs at him with a bucky. I feel like he should split A. Oh yeah, I remember this. You started drop side. I should wrote that down. You started drop side, and then your brim was behind you. Remember, you died to the sky, I think, or I can't remember. Somebody green. Clove. It was a clove. Yeah, I think you even walled, if I'm not mistaken. No? Okay, no problem. So you had a bucky, and like here you can just play a little bit slower because you have a bucky. Like, you're never ever gonna swing this angle and kill him one shot here. Like, this is probably not.
Yeah, the chamber was there, and he was always alone. So
Yeah. I understand. I get it. But just wait for your brim. Just because if you just swing,
Gotta go.
and he's let's say you came up tight, right? How do we clear this? Okay, usually we swing. Okay, nothing there, and we come up this way, right? So once you guys are both together
There.
here, okay,
I'm out of here.
just could have just gone like, oh, wait, I don't know
Go,
how to
go,
do this. Like that, and then he swings with you. Clove would have died you. Maybe he would have traded you, but you did it too fast. You just ran up.
Go.
I'll kind of try to reenact it as best as I can. You're like, and you died, and the brim's like here. You get my point? Just wait for him. Come tight. Wait. Okay, you could have just held it like this, where if he walks out, he's dead. So just wait. He comes up tight, and then tell him again. This comes with your communication. The small things matter, bro. I'm swinging. He would be ready. If you don't tell him, he might be in his smokes or something, or looking at the map. So you gotta really gotta add coordination and synergy to him. Bro, I'm gonna swing. Ready? And count it down. 3, 2, 1. And then boom, whatever. You die and he trades you, right? So, or at least have a chance where he trades you. At least, okay? At least set it up like that. So, and I wrote, I feel like he should split A with his team. Again, you're on the weak side. 2 drop. If you were here, maybe I'm not saying you would have, but maybe it's a better chance of you guys winning. You just came out here, boom, you kill this guy, and you guys start snowing, pick up his gun, whatever, and right? Like, let the brim just kind of come late and kill that guy, because they would start looking this way once you kill one or start running down, and then brim can come late and just tap this guy in the head 2 times with a classic or whatever he had. Okay, you understand? This isn't crazy around, but again, it's kind of stemmed. It's the same common mistakes. You're on the weak side. Okay, you're just running up by yourself. Okay, you're playing by yourself. No communication, and just need to identify these things a little bit better. Go A main. Again, we've said it so many times. You're the point of attack. So be with your team. Okay, strength in numbers, especially when you're a duelist. Play with your breach, stuff like that. Next point is round 11. They split A. He ults and uses ults He ults and uses ult. Gets out sand. I don't know why I wrote that twice. That's so weird. I guess I was just really watching you play. And gets ISO ulted. This is that round. Remember that round? You came out here. I think you guys were on eco. It doesn't really matter, but you came out here. You're out here. I like the aggression here. You're like, yo, fuck, these guys can't fuck with me when I'm running down with my ult, right? Maybe clear this. I'm pretty sure you just kind of look this way, but if whether you did or not, I'm just telling you for future reference. Come out, Sans. Look here, and immediately start looking here for a little bit, not like a whole way like that, but just look. because once you start running here, people like to peek. So look and then get ready, and obviously you got ulted right here in the open, and then great kill, bro. You should not win this ever, but you just went like this in the ult and you just murdered him, which was I found really good. So you had good aim, good fighting mechanics. I think you have good fighting mechanics overall, like mid fighting mechanics. It's just your positioning and your game sense. Once you get these up, bro, you're gonna be a beast. Just you gotta work on these things and your concepts. Work on your concepts. But killed him, great. And then I wrote really good fight. He destroys ISO in his ult. Still, usually I don't care about the result. Okay, I usually don't care whether if you win the round, or lose it. Doesn't matter to me. It's really about what you're doing. But I wrote still lose 5v3. Could tell his team to push as soon as he gets out. So here, when you get out, you need to just tell them, guys, like go, go, go. You get ulted, go, 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 go. Get on site, because they were waiting for you. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like they're so retarded. Like, you know, I probably would try to be like, guys, we're going out. I'm going out right now. And obviously at the much higher level or in my lobbies, they would have already been out and looked for this ISO's body because he ulted you pretty wide open. So they would have been out. But you know, even when you got out, you should have told, it was 5v3. You should have told them, guy, and lead them, not just tell them, but just start running the fuck out, start walling or whatever. Just beep, 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 beep. Guys, let's go. Is the cycle. And then you remember again what I said. You know, coming through this way is a little bit different. But you know, if you came through main, it's different. But you know, this part you would have to clear the second section and then the first. So you'd come outside, you'd clear here, nothing here. Okay, perfect world. Let's say this is smoke, this is smoke. You come here, clear this. You come clear stairs, whatever. You know, come clear here. They would come out main as well, right? But you know, tell them, guys, we're going out. Go, like, even when you kill the ISO, it's 5v3. Guys, I'm going, and then tell them, like, lead them so they would go too, because you kind of waited, you hesitated a little bit. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but their clove or whatever just went fucking nuclear. He just killed your whole team. Like, it was insane. But you get my point. It's a little bit of a you know, your pathing / leadership is involved. Communication. Just once you get out here, just start running it down. Guys, go, go, go. It's clear. Okay, backside's clear. Top side clear, whatever it may be. Okay, and then they would play accordingly. Get the bomb down, it's clear. And then you've cleared this, or let's say you didn't even need to clear it. Your Raze did it. And you know, one thing I'll say is, you know, when you have two duelists, obviously you don't need to always do the first, second section yourself. You can rely on your other team to do it. But it's a shared responsibility. You can't leave him to do it all the time. So let's say he did do it. You know, you just full monkey throttle into third section and you just start destroying everybody, right? So you see that with Neon a lot. I've experienced that a lot with Neon, where they just monkey aggression into ape aggression into third section with ult. So these are the times you can, when you can kind of rely on your team to do that as well, especially when there's a lot coming out main. But you get my point. It's not a crazy round, but great kill on ISO. But lead your team. You guys should not have lost this round. I don't know how you guys lost this round. You know, when I think about it, I think maybe your Clove was cheating, because he was getting some crazy kills. Not your Clove, sorry, the enemy Clove, is because he fucking deleted your team here. Okay, so next thing is could tell his team to push out as soon as he gets out. Okay, so round 12. This is the last round of the attack. And I know it's long. I just try to be really as thorough as possible, and for you to understand these concepts, and really try to open your mind to seeing the game in a different light. It's not about just A, B, and using your gun anymore. Okay, there's a lot involved. Understanding how the defense moves, understanding how they set up, their tendencies. Oh, deadlock's always B, deadlock's always A. We can play accordingly. Let's go. If he's by himself, let's go full rush him. Okay, he's not gonna be able to kill 5 people, stuff like that. You know, oh, they stack with the deadlock. There's 3 on A with the center. Oh, let's go B, guys. Let's speed play, right? Like, you gotta know these things. Okay, you gotta really think in depth. Which I think you do, but you gotta really start using it more and more, and really apply. Okay, so round 12, they start B, 5B. You guys start 5B, just walls up and immediately starts running, gets ulted and dies. It's a little bit unlucky. Needs to add default / other. So I wrote it again. Needs to add default and other concepts to his arsenal, because at this point in time, 12 rounds in, you guys just full rush the site. You pick the site. What do you think the defense is gonna do if 5 rounds in, when you guys have ran down a site you choose? And that's a question. What do you think they're gonna? What's their playstyle gonna? What are they gonna adjust? How are they gonna adjust?
And they wait for the first com.
They're gonna rotate out first com. Yeah, they're gonna rotate the first contact, because they know you guys don't fake. No, you guys don't even lurk. Okay, if you guys lurk, they would still have one guy kind of being cautious to make sure there's no lurk. You guys are not lurking. Obviously, they were cheating too, but it's like they don't need a cheat to know this stuff, right? You see it even in any lobby. Okay, if a team is running it down 5 anywhere they choose, there's no point in anchoring anymore. You just full rotate, right? So you need to add this to your game, bro. 12 rounds in, and you guys haven't done anything but you pick a site and start splitting it or running it down. Like, that's not good enough for me, especially at this level. It's no excuse. You need to apply these concepts.
Yeah, normally on other maps I do it, but on Fracture, yeah,
Right.
as you say it, I never really.
Right, and that's fine. Like, you know, everyone has strengths and weaknesses in map, but from you telling me that you need to get all the maps, play all the maps, get in a custom, explore the maps, understand, watch pro players play, stuff like that, where you get it down to a T. Me, I'm a little bit different. I played this game since beta. I played on and off. I never played 5 years straight, but I would play like 5 months straight and then stop for 8 months and then come back, stuff like that. But so I've played all the maps because I played from the beginning, so I kind of experienced everything from the beginning, like all the changes, stuff like that on multiple maps. So I kind of know the maps and how they're played, where people like to play, where the sentinel usually goes on certain maps, stuff like that. It's easy to tell, right? It kind of is map awareness, but it goes under game sense as well. Your overall knowledge. So you need to get that up. And the generic answer would be to play more, obviously, but you got to put in the work too. Go explore it in customs, watch how pros play it on pro plays. That's the easiest way to get game sense, is to watch pros, because they're the 0.001% of players that are the best in the world. So once you've watched them play and see one guy play a certain way on A main, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, and not just copy it, but try to understand why he's doing that as well. Your mind is gonna just start opening up, and you're just gonna become such a better player in terms of knowledge and game sense and experience, stuff like that. But you're right. If we just run down on a site, we choose a site and we just run down, they're just gonna rotate off first comp. So you can use also tendencies to your advantage. I know that they know we're running it down. Let's run a fake. Let's 5B, 4B. One guy walk up A main. Okay, I'm gonna cut noise. Okay, if he hears him run off, he's gonna call us over. We're gonna leave. If we see a stack site, or we know they've rotated, we can hear them running through canteen. Okay, they throw a breach stun and a KO knife, or like a Sova, whatever the situation is. Okay, we can know the strength of a site based off not only utility as well. Okay, they throw a neon thing, and then once Clove smokes B, you kind of know she's leaning towards B, because she cannot smoke B from A. She needs to be somewhat close. So Clove, Omen smoke, Clove, Brim smokes. Okay, there's a breach stun plus a neon stun shooting A main towards you guys. Okay, now and then you hear like a deadlock trip. How many people are there gonna be?
Oh, it's just a bit of my thoughts. What
Yeah, so I'll give it to you again. Okay, we're rushing B, right? And we hear, let's say, one canteen, let's say we hear Brim shoot his molly here.
There.
Okay, and then we
Yeah.
hear the neon running with the speed. Okay, and then we see a breach stun. And then we hear Cypher trips or a chamber trip, and it's activated. How many people are here?
That's 4.
Right, it's 4. We can identify how many people are on the site with utility, but not just utility. Let's say this guy's spamming the smoke with a shotgun, boom, boom, and then this guy, one guy with a tower with a specter going like, beep, 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 and then one guy has an off, boom, right, and there's one guy with RK with a vandal, right? How many people are there?
4.
Exactly. You can identify these things easily without look. You don't need to fucking run on site to know there's 4 people to do that. And that's what I'm trying to explain, is where you condition them. Okay, I know that they know we're running it down. We're running it down. Oh, there's 4 here. Now we know to leave, because the risk on taking the site is too high. It's a 4v4 if we have a lurker or whatever. 3v4 if we've got 2 lurking, whatever the situation is. But you get my point. Is in the chances of us losing is quite high. The risk is too high. We must minimize risk, maximize profit. And maximizing profit in this game is finding the weak side and getting on site for free. That's maximize, and less resistance. If there's too much resistance, okay, we gotta use some of these concepts to win rounds, to set us up for success, to maximize profit. Okay, so that's that. I hope you understand what I mean. So, you know, I just wrote on this last note, needs to add default other concepts to his arsenal that are already mentioned. You need to, especially as a
Yeah.
duelist. A controller doesn't, you know, and these concepts are not role specific, as in only a duelist can use this. Okay, this concept needs to be known by any role, because there are times where the duelists are dead and they must take it upon themselves to become the entry. When there's a smoke, like a cipher, brim, and a sage, like there's no entry agents, but they gotta know how to do this stuff. It transfers over to overall your game, like any role. But you know, it's this concept is way more crucial for duelist initiator, right? Initiator is more of a secondary duelist as well. Once the duelist is down and the initiator's up, the initiator is usually going in. So you know, or at least helping them get in or clear the site with drones and stuns and flashes, whatever it may be. But you get my point. So um you really need to you need to hold this by the balls, bro. Like this concept, you need to be fondling it. Like, you know, like you gotta be just, it needs to be in your brain at all times. I know it's super a lot of information to take in right now, but you know, that's why there's the VOD. You'll watch the VOD as well, and then I'll send you these notes so then you can kind of see what I'm talking about and remember what I'm talking about as well. But you get what I mean, right? Any questions on your attacking side or anything?
No, not yet. Not
Anything
yet.
like that was bothering? Okay, good. Um, let's move on then. So now we understand the attacking concepts, right? I'll just sum it down quickly, right? Let's entry. Let's scale the site. Scale as in make sure, you know, entry the first section and then scale the second and third section. Third section is optional, but make sure always, doesn't matter what site, doesn't matter what map. Okay, first section, second section, plus all those come out angles are clear. Obviously, those come out angles are cleared on the first section. They're not really cleared on the second section, because if you're on the second section, it means you've cleared those come out angles, killed them there or whatever, killed one on site. So, and those common corners, right? Understand where people like to play, stuff like that, and then also apply concepts as of default, fakes, okay, rehits, inserting lurks, using lurks to your advantage, using the lurk as information, gathering information for you guys, as in he hears people running off, he walks up aiming, whatever it may be, and then also using tendencies, patterns, and understanding how the enemy thinks about our game style to adjust in real time. Okay, once we know how they think, it's super easy to play. If we know that they just rotate on first contact, we just run a fake. We just lurk all over the map, stuff like that. Okay, if they don't, they hard anchor, as in no matter what you guys do, there's two, you know, with the Sentinel, 2 on B and 3 on A, you guys just know to go to B. There's two people max. If they never ever hard rotate, they just stay hard on site, right? Stuff like they hard anchor, right? So you gotta be able to put all of these together. It's one thing to know these things, it's another, and it's a different level to put these things together. Once you do, though, you're gonna become a fucking monster. I will guarantee you that, because people do not think on this level. Okay, people just think, oh, we're gonna be, it's running down, man. Okay, once you put these things together, you're gonna just fucking map hack on these kids. You're gonna know exactly what they're doing, where to go, where the weak side. Yo, I hear 4 on B. Let's rotate right now. You're gonna make these godlike calls, okay? And you're gonna be just winning rounds. Winning rounds is winning games. Winning games is climbing. Okay, especially at the higher levels, the level you are at. It's important to win every round. They fucking matter. Okay, people think, you know, oh, early, you know, early on it doesn't really matter, and it's kind of true. One thing I'll say is, you know, late game rounds always outweigh the early game rounds, even if it's a 4-10, and you know, or like a 11-8, 11-7. Okay, if you eco them on 7 and get to 8, bro, the momentum change is fucking crazy. You can win the games off those type of momentum swings,
Yeah.
right? Because you win 2 rounds and then they get in their head like, fuck, we should have lost those rounds. They get a little bit cold feet, stuff like that. So we got to really keep that in mind. Okay, let's move on. I think overall, yeah, that was good. I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot of information, but it's really complicated to understanding how to entry and play a duelist and attack well. Okay, because I really want to fix your foundation. I don't want to just build upon your weak points. I really want to make sure your foundation is brand new and you understand the game in a higher level. Because I want you to be a higher level. I don't want you to be an Ascendant player. Ascendant Elo is dog shit compared to Immortal 3 and Radiant. Okay, round 13. We're on defense now. Round 13. They start 4A. So you guys started 4A, 1B. Looks A. Okay, so then you started A. There was one on B for some reason. I'm not sure why. Here you should have just been like, hey, can someone go help this guy on B? Like he's solo. You said nothing, right? We gotta identify our own strengths and weaknesses and theirs as well. Okay, so because it's just not optimal to have 4 here on pistol round unless you've made a crazy ass call like, yo, I know they're gonna run A here, or your intuition, your instincts are telling you they're gonna come here, whatever. But it's first round, like you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. You guys have to kind of spread out a little bit, okay? So that's the first mistake. Just tell them, hey, can somebody go help this guy on B? Okay, because that's what I do, and they'll listen to you more than not. If you think they won't, they will. Okay. So I wrote looks A main. This is that round they came back to you and they killed you. Okay.
Yeah.
He looks at A main, clears, takes a few steps back. You'll see it in the VOD. There's a little bit of a hesitation. You went like right here.
Yeah, I asked for a smoke in the start and
Right.
nothing came.
Right. And that's a little bit unlucky, but still, once you come out like this, because okay, one thing I'll say specifically on this map, when they go A, they fucking go A. It's kind of like Pearl on B long. You know Pearl on B long? You know when they go B, they start running it down B main. Like they'll smoke the little thing on the corner, like if we're coming out B main, you know how there's a corner and there's a box there? Right, they'll like throw a flash here, they'll smoke, and then they'll cross with the Astra or whatever. Like they're going B, right? So that's a little bit of like a map specific knowledge thing, as in like the timing thing, padding thing. So this part is to me similar. When they go A, they fucking go A. You'll know they're going A. They're gonna throw a flash. They're gonna start coming wide to clear this box, stuff like that. So when you're here for 5 seconds, you've looked, you know they're not A anymore. So just immediately come tight, maybe, just so you're not just out in the open where this guy swings and kills you. Come here, come crouch, okay. Yep, nothing. Make sure you didn't get timing or whatever. You walked up. Okay, clear this just in case, and just start moving forward. You see how I cleared everything? I never took a step back, but you kind of went like, you're like there's fear. Like I'm not saying that you're scared, but it's just not as efficient as I would like it to be. It needs to be crystal crispy every single time. Come wide. Okay, nothing. Okay, start walking up. Okay, guys, nothing A main, and tell your team, I have A main. Nothing. Okay, you come here, get ready for the next angle. You just rounded the corner. Okay, wait for these off angles. Come tight on this wall so you can clear this right, so that way they can't see you from the other side. Okay, clear. Okay, come here. Okay, if you did this efficiently, I believe you would have been here before they start running. But you were here and they were running back here, right? Because you've lost 3 seconds over here. You probably would have been at least here. Okay, if you did that properly, right? You get what my point is? So it's a little bit the efficiency. Overall, I like this play. I really like this thought process. I just think the execution is really bad. But I think the thought process is quite good. It's like an 8 out of 10 thought process. I look A main. There's nothing there. I'm going to take space. Okay, this is a high level way of thinking. Most people do not do this. Most of my students do not even know how to do it. I have to explain this concept. But you understand it, so I won't explain it too further. But, taking space is getting information. Getting information is letting your team see the bigger picture. Seeing the bigger picture is winning the round, because you can map hack, you can kind of know where they're gonna go, stuff like that, right? Because I'll ask you a question, which I didn't yet because we were on defense, but let's say my teammate started to drop as well, and he walked out all the way, and you walked out all the way. Where can it be? Super easy.
B.
B. They can only be arcade or here. There's a little bit more of a unique map where there's 2 sides of a site. Most sites only have one entry like going into, right, like a main, one main, but this site is more unique because there's 2 mains, like 2 mains in quotation, but you get what I mean, right? Same thing in B. If we walk down B main and my teammate walk down arcade, where can they be?
Hey.
Hey, right, you got it. Perfect, bro. You're smart. I know you're smart. So taking space is information, and you got to do it effectively. I'm not saying you should do it all the time. There's a time and place for it, as in their tendencies as well. Oh, they never play A main, or there's one guy, let's double walk down here together and kill this guy, and then you kill him, you have all the space. Oh, yo, there's no one else here, I don't hear shit, I'm walking down, guys, they're all B main, bro. You can just have your whatever, sit back. I'm not saying do that, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm over exaggerating, but you kind of know where they are. You can map, you can identify slash deduct where they are. So I love this thought process from you. No one had to tell you to do it, you did it. But the problem is that it's not efficient enough. It's not fast enough. Go here. Even if, let's say, you get to here. Just clear this. Okay, you might even want to There are times where you're doing this and your teammate's like, yo, 3B main. You're gonna kind of walk up a little, or run up a little bit, and then they're like, cut noise. They cut noise. You're gonna start walking again. So it's all situational, but you get my point. So whatever, right? Let's get through this note. Clears. So I wrote wants to take space. I like it because you kind of had a feeling they're all B main, or their comms were like, oh, they're B or whatever. Clears his corners. Takes forever. He hears them running back, and you'll see it in the VOD. It took forever for you to clear that corner on the right. He takes his stun out in the exact same spot. Also, I wrote, clears his corners, takes forever. He hears them running back. So you got here, remember? You got here, and they're running back to you. Needs to get out. You need to immediately dip set. Or if you have chosen to fight, okay, fight. As in, kill one, reposition, and play super fucking annoying. Don't just kill one and just stay here AFK. Because that's kind of what happened. They just traded you because you killed one and then you wanted to get out, but it just, the efficiency here was not there, where you were kind of like this, and then he traded you because he swung. So kill this guy, immediately get the fuck out, throw a stun here to deter them from coming back in, and then reposition yourself. Whatever, hold this angle, come here, whatever. It's all situation. You can go anywhere. There's a plethora of spots you can go, but you get my point. Don't just stay in the same spot after you kill them. You could have even killed him, come tight again, and just get ready for it, and just fucking pre-firing this, and they'll all die from headshot. Yeah, stuff like that. But I wrote, here's him running back, gets one, needs to get out or reposition. He takes a stun out in the exact same spot. I wouldn't mind you taking your stun out when you come tired, or you came back over here, whatever. But it's in the same spot. You kill him and you're just like it wasn't like that, but it was like you kill him and you're like here, like, and you got instantly traded, right? Like, just get out, kill him, start using this, get the hell out, and then whatever, wall and start stunning to deter them from coming. They're gonna slow down when they see this. They're not gonna run through the smoke unless they're really brain dead or have no fear. They're the type of team that just, they don't care they don't respect anything. There's some teams like that, like in the rank, but it's all situational. But so I wrote reposition. He takes out his stun in the exact same spot. He kills the ISO and gets traded immediately. So it's pretty self-explanatory. What I would have done, I probably would have left or held an off angle, like walk off. Don't run off. Maybe run off sometimes if you really want to play safe, but just get one, get out, or you just immediately get out, or you just throw a stun here, or you just you hear them running, you just throw this out and just reposition. They'll hear you obviously, or you can walk up, whatever maybe. It's all really situational, but just don't stay in the same spot. You're staying in the same spot. That's the biggest issue here. Okay, because I do believe you had time to get out, but it's all good. It happens. A little bit unlucky. They were playing well together, to be honest. So, okay, round 14, nothing crazy here. You guys got ecoed. Wait, did you guys win? You guys lost this round, right? I'm pretty sure. I just wrote takes orb. You started on B, I remember, and then you took the orb, which was really good. Most people do not take orb, so that was good. Nothing crazy here. Round 15. Let's see how many. One second. Let's bring this. Okay, so this is the third last round. Starts on B. Arcade. He hears one. So remember here when you heard that guy shoot at you? Yeah. On B? You gotta tell your team, guys, one arcade. You didn't say shit. You just like blah, 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 like say something. Okay, call it out, because you can identify what they're doing when you know all their positioning. Remember what I told you? Remember what I asked you? And you got it right. How many enemy players are there? 5. If we can deduct one, here, okay, there's only 3 more to deduct. So you need to feed this information. It's super important to, okay, and this is something I said on another session, okay? It's a higher level concept when you understand, or you trying to develop this map hacking ability, because a lot of my students watch me play and they're like, how the fuck can you deduct where they are, know all the time and make these predictions? Because I save these informations for later in the round, or during the round, or right now. Okay, it's stored in my mind. I see him here. There's one. My teammate, I don't have to see it. My teammate calls 1A main, 1 drop. And then the guy on B is like, yo, I hear 2 main. I just know they're default. Okay? If I see one here, and then the guy on B, and then the guys on A are like, nothing A. And then the guy on B main is like, yo, I hear 4 running up. I know it's a B split. Right? These informations are important. I don't need to see it. I just need to hear it. I can just start deducting what their plan is off their positioning and where they are, which agent it is. That's way more complicated, keeping track of which agent is where. For example, if I see the cipher here, okay, for example, if I see the cipher B main, okay, I know that the team is on the opposite side. So they're going to be main A or they're arcade. Okay, so that's a different, a little bit more of a high level way of thinking. Where when I see those type of agents, I automatically know he's the lurk, especially when he's by himself. I've come to the conclusion he's by himself. Like he's solo, made one shot, there's no one behind him, no utility. Okay, I know he's the lurker. So I know he's on the opposite. They're on the opposite side somewhere. Okay, stuff like that. That's more advanced. But to keep it simple, is understanding where people are is really important. This information doesn't help only you; it helps your whole team. Now because there's gonna be players that can identify what's going on off this information. Obviously, the majority of people don't even think like this, but you need to set your team up where they fully understand. Especially in NA, everyone knows where everyone's looking because everyone is really good with minimap awareness. I don't know about EU, but NA, everyone is super sensitive to their minimap. If I walk down without saying anything, they know that it's clear with my vision cone. You see my vision cone on the minimap? Once they're on A and they see this, and then another guy's walking down, they're like, the guys on A will be like, yo, they're coming A, they're coming A. And obviously, I'm the type of player where I tell them as well, yo, like, I'm the one looking, like, oh, yo, arcade's clear. And then I see my buddy on B main, like, yo, they're going A, they're going A. Like, I make that call, and then they confirm, yo, yep, we hear a lot A main, okay, stuff like that. But that's NA. I don't know about you, but we are super sensitive to the minimap at the higher levels, Ascendant 3 plus, okay? So, like there'll be times where I won't call it, and then the guys on A are calling it. So that's how I know they are aware, stuff like that. So they're like, "Yo, Neon, walk down. Neon, walk down. Yo, there could be one. There's one dish, Neon." They'll like tell me one dish, whatever the situation is, right? So we gotta really feed this. I think this is one of your biggest flaws in terms of communication. Like sometimes you do calm things around you, but you gotta calm the really, really important things. Nobody on A can hear this guy. Only you can. Maybe the guy on B as well, but you need to make sure that your team is on the same page. Okay? They see the bigger picture. Once you see the bigger picture, you can understand what kind of concepts they're doing, and then once you understand what kind of concepts they're doing, you can play accordingly. Right? It's like next step, next step, next step. So these small things really add up. Let's take for example, you heard this guy here. They went A, they murdered all of them. You just rotated. You're like, yo, last one was arcade. He's gonna come dish. You guys have bomb down. You can automatically feed them that information. It's like map hacking. And then a lot of the times, this guy will come dish, especially in my games where I call it out. This guy will end up just coming this way because I know he was there. He's not. Or I'll be like, yo, he's gonna come spawn. Someone comes here. Oh, nothing spawn. I'm like, yep, he's coming dish or main, guys. That's it. We just deducted where his pathing is because off the information from before or whatever. It's all situational, but you get my point, right? So again, let me just read through this. So here's one, doesn't even call him. They say A, he rotates. He's just in spawn AFK, gets a good kill Sands. Okay, this is where you had a Odin. No time. He took way too much in doing nothing and retake. Lead his team. As in, you need to lead his team. Always winnable. Be aggressive and confident. Go out and kill them, or at least have a chance to win the round. You're just sitting here. You'll sit in the VOD. You're just you come here. You got like a kill with an owner here. It was good, but what you got to use that momentum. You kill them, start fucking running out. Clear these common spots. Clear these come out angles that I explained to you as well, where they're not there, or you spam this, no one's there. Okay, whatever. This is smoke. Whatever. Just use that momentum. Okay, because in ranked, it's always winnable. There's so many times the pro players I watch in Radiant, they're like never save, and it makes sense. You don't want to save in rank because it's always winnable. 1v5, take it. Okay, put your chest up a little bit. Have some confidence. I don't care if you're scared. Okay, go in and make the mistake. Learn from what you did wrong. I'm gonna go in 1v3. Oh, I died. I ran like this and I died from here. I should have looked here maybe first. Maybe I should have put my wall. Whatever. You'll learn off dying. That's what. This is 99% of my students. They have so much fears because they don't put themselves in the fire. You know, it's like metal. How does metal get super hard and dense? You put it in the fire and you hammer that bitch. You break that shit down, right? Okay, whatever, it broke. Okay, we put it back and we just make it better and better. Hammer it more. We need more metal. Whatever it may be. You need to go in the fire and forge yourself through your mistakes. Okay, that is key. I cannot stress this enough. You know, there was a period in my Valorant career where I didn't want to take any accountability, and that's why I was stuck. That's why I could not be climbing solo. Once I started taking accountability, I got to Immortal 3 in like 2 months. Okay, the first time I went to a Diamond to Immortal 3, okay, playing controller only, okay, I was clipping all of the times I died where I was like, where the fuck did I die? Why am I dying? Oh, fuck, I should have went here. Fuck, this smoke was really bad. I should have saved my molly. Fuck, this and that. I should have stemmed here. Fuck, should have played more patient in this post-plant scenario. Fuck, I threw the round, stuff like that. Once you do that, bro, your growth will be exponential. So really, really, really start changing the way you think. You have to take some accountability. I'm not saying you don't, but I'm just saying put yourself in the fire. You make a mistake, learn off that, grow off that, never do it again, stuff like that. Okay, and you'll really really get good. But you're just it's just a little bit of a fear, uncertainty in your game because you're not sure what to do. You've never experienced a lot of these scenarios. I can tell where you're confident, even if it's a 1v3, you're just kind of going boom boom, looking, kill one here, look here, look back, whatever. Like I'm not seeing that in your game. It's just you're waiting. Kill him. Okay, I'm gonna come over here. Bomb is ticking, but I'm just gonna be here because I don't know. I'm just gonna try to get some kills. Like that's not good enough for me. Okay, there's no excuse, especially at this level. Put your because you wouldn't do that in a silver lobby. You'd probably run it down and kill these guys. So you gotta have that same confidence. Okay. Really, really start making mistakes in your movement, actions, fights, retaking, entering. Put yourself in these positions a lot. That's how you really, really, really get better. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. But let's move on. So, took too much in doing nothing retake. You're just sitting here AFK 2v3 retake. Lead his team. It's always winnable. Always have some confidence. Put your chest up, bro. Change your mental. Okay, don't just be here AFK and go and kill them. Or at least have a chance. At least have a chance. At least narrow it down to a 1v2, 1v1. At least set yourself up where, okay, I made it a 1v1 and I lost. Where could I have won the round? Things like that. Because you will see it when you're being critical. Okay? But that's that, okay? Nothing too crazy. So round 16. Asks for a stun on arcade. Clears it. He should tell the team it's clear. Again, no communication of this important information. You think it might be retarded information, as in it's silly, it's useless, but it's not. Remember what I said, taking space is information. So taking information is winning rounds. Winning rounds is winning games. Winning games is climbing. When you take this, it's a domino effect. When you clear this and nobody's here, and you tell your team, guys, it is clear. You come up there, yo, guys, it is fucking clear. Okay, they will play accordingly. They will know that they're towards here, over here. Let's say they didn't even take that. Okay, the guy will be like, yo, probably B main as well. Could be B main as well. Right? It's all impossibilities, but you get my point. This is like map packing. When you come out here, okay, this map's a little bit bigger, but there's about 4 quarters on this map. I explain to most of my students that every map is usually 3/3, and you can see it. Most of the maps like Haven, Bind, Abyss. Okay, a lot of those maps, even Ascent, Icebox. Okay, all maps are 3/3. Most maps. I would consider this map more of a 4 quarters because there's drop, arcade, B main, A main. Okay, so it's like quarter here, quarter there, quarter here, quarter here. So this is a little bit of a different map. But once and I asked you those questions and you got it right. Once we come here and we've cleared 1 quarter, it's just math. There's only 3 quarters where they can be. Now we've taken 3 quarters out of 4. There's only one. We can narrow it down to only one area. We've taken 2. We know they're only on 2 quarters, right? So, again, communicate, man. Communicate. Tell them, guys. I got. Just don't make it long. They're like, yo, I cleared it. I got all the arcade. They will process this information and use it too. Okay, it's not just for you or just them. It's for you and them. It's for the team to understand. Remember what I said. What they're doing. And then when we understand what they're doing or where they are, we can understand the concepts they're using. Once we understand the concepts they're using, we can play accordingly by using our defensive concepts. Whether we got an anchor, full rotate, add a lot of flanks, whatever it may be, stuff like that. Okay, so let me just get through this note. He should tell them it's clear. They hear A. He rotates, and then you cleared this. And then you came back spawn. You should just commit. Once you've cleared, just keep going, take the space, because once you keep taking this and you go all the way to drop, they just know it's all A main. It's an A main split. Okay, so and especially if
Yeah.
your teammate starts going down B main as well, like they're all here. So that's what I mean. Just take this, and you did it well on A. You did it well here. So add that same concept here. You cleared it. Keep going until you hear them come back, or get ready for a fight if you think there's a lurker there, or whatever maybe. Clear all your corners when you're coming out every single time. Don't ever just walk out like this. Okay, never ever. Okay, never ever. Always come like that. Clear. Make sure no one's gonna be under, because there's always a timing under. You look back. Come wide again, so that way they cannot see you trying to clear this. You look again. Just make sure. Okay. You might jiggle this a little bit. Look back again, so they don't see your back. And then you go again. It's the same thing over here. Don't ever just walk like this. Always clear these areas on fracture. Clear here. Come here. And then whatever. But you get my point. Never ever just walk out. But that's just kind of for space taking tips. But again, you came up to here, just keep continuing. There was no resistance. It would be different if you saw like a cipher cam or like a trip, or one guy shooting, one guy just jiggling it. Okay, it's a different story. You can come back, but here, just take the space. Be proactive. Be aggressive. Okay, stuff like that. This is a defensive concept that is really important. You gotta know how to take space appropriately, and use it to map hack and understand where they are. And then when you know that, you know what they're doing. Stuff like that. Okay. So I wrote, gets a good. He probably should have taken the space and flanked either side. You could have went B main or a B main, or this way, or come this way and take the ropes and go. Like, this map is so complicated. You can do so much really fancy stuff. Okay, so, and then I wrote, gets a good kill from Sands. Here's one Sand and he's not aware. So you came over down here through spawn, came here, you got a good kill. Great job. But again, you're kind of AFK. You're just waiting for these guys to just let the bomb explode, right? Get the kill, use the momentum, start clearing the second section. You've killed someone there again, use the momentum again, ask for a smoke. There's a smoke. Now you've got to clear the whole site, the first section and a part of the second section, which is backside up on top side as well, right? So I remember when I told you that entering and retaking is the same concept, right? We got to now put it together. We got to understand that it's the same thing. It's just that it's on the other side. That's it. The angle is slightly different, but it's the same thing. As in, okay, now we're working backwards. We came through the third section, no one's there, clear. Okay, well, now we're going towards this first or second, whatever the site is. It's all situational and map dependent, but you get my point. I don't want to be too specific on this map, because this map is a really bad map to explain this concept on. All the other maps that are pretty, like, has a big square on the site, or like, backshrug, triple, stuff like that. Haven, all the Haven sites, Bind is like that. Lotus, Abyss, like those all. Lotus is a little bit unique, like Fracture, where it's not just a big block. There's like a laneway toward, like, bend on C, stuff like that. And B is wide open, but I explained to another student on that. But you get my point. It's the same thing. Stop AFK here. Remember what I said in the point before. Just at least make a mistake. Then you'll learn. Go take a fight, whether it's bad or good. Go do something. Don't just stay here waiting for something to happen to come to you, because that's an attacker concept. Where you get the bomb, like, you gotta go do something to get the bomb down, to clear the site, entry, scale, and then you gotta wait for them to come to you, because you're not going to them unless you're like really scaling the third site and being super aggressive. But most of the time in a scenario where it's like 2v2, 3v3, they're waiting because they just need to get the bomb down. They don't need to kill you. They just need to really play the time. Okay, so don't just wait. Only time you should be waiting here is when the whole team is rotating to A from whatever flank and B, and you guys are getting ready to retake. That's the only times you guys should be waiting around. But when your team starts dying and falling off, you need to take some space. At least come to here, bro. Like, you're always playing the same spot, right? Like, don't stay here. But you get my point. And I wrote, got a good kill. And then you were looking this way. I heard the breach or whoever make a step. You gotta immediately get ready for this guy to peek, and you just kill him, and then start taking the momentum, take the space, aim it, whatever it may be. But you get my point. You didn't really realize. I'm not sure if you heard him, but you didn't look that way until he opened the door, which is kind of bad, because you were coming out this way. He opens the door and you came back and died. So you should have been ready for him already, and then maybe would have had a good chance to win the round. But that's that. Okay, last round. Starts B. I don't even know if I got all the round because you guys, it was cheater detected, but starts B. Here's some B main. So we start B. He calls some steps. He should be ready to swing out canteen. He comes gen. Oh, I remember this round. So remember when he started here, and you're like, some steps. few steps. Try to be specific, because in this game you can hear how many steps there are. So if you hear 2, call 2. If you hear 3, call 3. If you hear 4, call 4. If you hear all 5, call all 5. Okay. Obviously the difference from 4 to 5 is much harder to identify, but you can tell if there's 2 or 3 or 4. So be specific, be detailed, right? Again, this kind of comes down to our this will lead you to identifying what they're doing, and then you guys can play accordingly as a team. So he's ready, and I wrote, he calls some steps. He should be ready to swing out canteen. He should be ready to fight here, or swing out, or kind of make a play. But you just, or sit here and just wait for the come out. You just went gen, and you picked up a. I know you guys are on eco, but still, picks up a rifle and dies. You just were here, and you just got traded. And I wrote soft baiting. Hold the space in canteen. You just gave this up for free, no reason. If they just heard you running off, they're taking this as well. So, and a lot of times attackers like to take the space. So, especially if they hear you go like this, you're fucked. They're just gonna come behind all of you guys. So you gotta hold the space. I'd rather you just stay here AFK. These are the times you can be AFK, when you're waiting for retake. Waiting, you guys are letting them set up. You guys are gonna play retake, whatever it may be. But you get my point, right? So just hold this space. Just stay here, whatever. Just do something besides just going to over there. I can get that you're trying to get the gun, but if you have a deagle or shot, just stay here and hold it down. Get ready for the retake. Okay, because they're gonna more than likely they're gonna push through. Okay, and then obviously you guys got a cheater detected, so the round could not play out. But you get what I mean? Any questions so far? Anything?
Oh no.
Okay, nothing at all. Because now is the time. You should be asking a lot of questions or something. Or you're curious, or something's bothering you in terms of how can I do this, or like I'm so sick of these people. Like now is the time, right? But if you have nothing, it's all good.
I mean, I know, like, my knowledge is pretty good, but I don't implement that much stuff.
Yeah, and I told you, it's one thing to know it, but it's another to apply it and use it. Okay? Holding on to knowledge is nothing. You gotta apply it and actually understand what it's for, which situation, and that comes with experience, playing a lot, and making mistakes. Okay, I understand. I know you know these concepts. I asked you the questions, you answer them pretty well, but you're not applying it. That's the problem. There's some mental block there. You know it, but you're not using it. What's the point of knowing it? You might as well not know it, right? You get my point. So like, I'm not sure, but like, you gotta really gotta and obviously it's one game, like, but it's repeating. That's the main issue. If it wasn't repeating, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But it's just every round, right? So like your tendencies are the same. There's fear in your gameplay. There's hesitation. There's no confidence. There are times, I'm not saying never ever, but overall, generally, I don't see you kind of like entering first section, you kill him, come second section, and being confident. Yo, it's clear, guys. Yo, start looking towards. I don't see that. You just do that. You come here, just AFK, like, and then your whole team. You'll see it on the VOD. They were literally trading out on this specific round. They were dying, falling, and you're just still here AFK. Like what? Like like it's silly. You gotta come back and fight them. A good knowledge player would understand once they come here and clear it, nothing here, and maybe even if he comes here and clears everything here, and his team starts dying, he's gonna immediately go and help them. But you didn't, and that happened a lot. Especially when you're entering, you're just by yourself, solo, dolo, weak side. Like it's silly to me, especially when you're at this. I'm not trying to bash you. I'm just saying, generally, if a player was at high ascendant, low immortal, and they're not applying these concepts to me, they're not a true skill immortal ascendant player. Like they may have be that rank, but they might not actually true be that rank in my eyes. So that's that. That's all your notes. I know it's a little unlucky you got a cheater, but still, even if they had a cheater or not, it's not like it was a blatant cheater running it down, getting 35 kills, one tapping you, playing perfect. They weren't. They were soft cheating. So there's still a lot of mistakes that you were doing. Stuff. It's not like you can never beat cheaters. I've beaten cheaters before, so it's not like you never can beat cheaters. Okay, so that's that. Okay, that's that for your notes. What's your routine right now?
I mean, I do my warm up, right?
Yeah, but like, be specific. What is your warm up?
I mean, I wait for the range to load.
Okay. But like, what? Tell me your daily. Like, you know, before you
My
play, I
ultimate's
do aim
ready.
lab. Like, what? Like your whole warm up, not just the range. What is it you do? Do you do aim labs? Do you do Kovacs?
No, I just do rage and then the
Okay,
deathmatch.
what do you do in the
Yeah.
range?
I stand on top of the,
There.
yeah, on top of this way.
Yeah.
I do practice and just warm up
But like,
my aim a little
what
bit.
kind of practice? You just stand here in AFK.
No,
Like,
no,
what?
I
Like,
practice. I shoot the practice so that the
okay,
bots
these.
spawn.
You do the left to
And
right
then
headshot. Have you seen the
I
VODs?
stand on top and I just warm up my aim, no movement, just warm up aim and
Okay, okay. All right, okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna teach you is
then
but like be specific. Like what else are you doing? Okay, you come here and shoot the bots. What else? That's it?
yeah, I do this
Okay.
after until I'm comfortable, and then I go further back and just do a little tracking
Okay.
on the bots and
Okay.
shoot them,
That's it.
and then I go closer to the bots and aim, like, kill them with movement, like
Okay.
aim with my keyboard
Okay,
primarily.
okay, no problem. So, you know, usually if you see my VODs at the end, I should give them a whole baseline routine, but you probably have your own stuff, so and it's working. You have decent aim, so I'll leave that to you. But what I will do, I'm gonna show you this part because it seems like you don't practice movement too much. Okay, I'm gonna do dead zoning exercise two. There's two. And then I want to see you do it as well, because I really want to see where your movement's at, okay? Without playing Neon
Okay.
or Jet, because it's easy to just not use dead zoning when you're playing these agents, because you just run it down on people. But if you play other duelists or whatever, even Jet needs it. Neon, not so much, because you're always sideways, sliding, stuff like that. So this is going to be the first exercise. It's called, do you play with shooting arrow on? I didn't see if you were.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know what the colors represent?
Yeah.
Okay, what do they represent?
Yellow is, I mean, blue is that you were moving while shooting,
Okay.
and yellow is yeah, the shot, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll explain it further. So yellow is your shooting error, as in if I shoot spray without controlling my
Yeah.
recoil, it's gonna be really high. Okay, it's gonna be the graph is telling me it's inaccurate. Blue is your movement error. You got that right. Okay, so
Yeah.
when I'm moving and I'm shooting, or if I'm moving and I'm one tap, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's gonna show blue. So that means when I look at that graph, I don't need to see a shot. I can kind of identify what's going wrong. Okay, not you, but like somebody's graph or my own graph. I can just know what's going wrong. If I'm like this, or it's like, okay, I just know I moved that smaller blue yellow line. So this exercise is really good for players, and you really need to master this movement if you want to become the best player in the world. Well, not the best player in the world, but you know, a high level player. So, okay, this is the first exercise. Okay, this billboard, right? This is our guideline. This is the start. This is the finish, or you can do the opposite. This start, but once you know whatever. But this is the sidelines. You may will. This is the out of bounds. So do not go past those. Okay, so we're gonna start here. We're gonna be parallel to the wall, as in we're gonna be flat facing the wall. Some of my students are like this, running like this. Okay, you're never ever gonna swing a wall like that. You're gonna be tucked on a wall when you swing and get ready to swing. Right? You're not gonna swing like this. You're just dead. They're gonna see your shoulder first. So you're gonna come here, have a good distance. I wouldn't be too close, I wouldn't be too far. Just stay in a good distance, about here. Okay. We're gonna shoot. Okay. We're gonna shoot. We're gonna come to billboard to billboard. So I'll show you. For you, you need to do this every day. And if you don't, you're only cheating yourself, right? I'm giving you the recipe to becoming a high level player. Your aim is already good, so I'm not gonna focus too much on your aim, but your movement probably needs some work. So when you come here, shoot. We hold. We don't move our mouse or anything. Okay, we just move our key. So shoot, D, let go, shoot, come back A, let go, shoot. Okay, minimum 10 times. Okay, and you want to shoot somewhat close. You don't want to be too far back. Okay? So I'm just gonna do 5 to show you. Okay, and look at my movement error. Like that one's 0.36, but most of them are quite 0.2. So 0.2 means that you're pretty accurate. Well, with a phantom, vandals will always be 0.25 and above, but don't go above 0.3. Okay, on any gun. That's just means you're pretty inaccurate. So we went to billboard, right? 10 times minimum. So you should be doing this like more than 10 times, but minimum 10 times. Now we cut it in half. So there, I don't have to look at the graph. I know I moved without shooting because the shot was off. So I gotta kind of slow down. I do 5 times. Okay. Now I cut it in half again. It's gonna get harder and harder. Okay. I do it 5 times, right? Now I'm gonna cut it in half again. Okay, this one is the hardest one. This one accounts for a long range fight where he's pixelated 50 meters away and there's some movement and I'm just killing him fully accurate. So have a rhythm to it. This is the only one where you can move your mouse to keep it centered on the same spot. Every other one you cannot move your mouse. So if you look at my graph, what does it say?
Accurate.
It's pretty much accurate, right? Wherever I'm shooting, it's hitting. So again, 10 on each side, here to here, 10 minimum, 10, 10, and then we do this last one where we're standing in place. Okay, so let me just show you the last one. Actually, no, let me think. Should I see yours first? Yeah, let me see it first, and then I'll show you the next one, and then let me see that one as well. So share screen, go in the range. Let me take a look, because I'm telling you right now, even all my Immortal players, Ascendant players I coach and I show them this, they struggle. So I'll be really shocked if you have it down. But you know, most people struggle with this. I struggle with this completely. I almost didn't want to learn this mechanic when I first learned it, but I was forced to because I understand if a guy is dead zoning properly versus me that's not, I always lose the fight because he's always accurate and I'm not. So,
My ult's ready.
so billboards, stay parallel, good. To the other billboard. Right.
Yeah.
He's,
Okay.
right. Keep it at a 1 tap and come all the way. You're too short on the billboard. Where you started on that billboard needs to be that billboard. Right, that's good. And try to keep it on the same spot. You see how it's really difficult, right? Just try to pull through it. Just do 5. So start. We're starting now. This is the first one. Okay, good. That looks good. Better. Just try to 1 tap. Good. Yep. Good. Okay, now let's cut it in half. So go to that billboard. Shoot. Pretty good. Looks good. Much better than 90% of my signals. Still need some work though. Yep. Let's cut it in half now. Good. Looks really good. Take your time. Don't rush it. However long you need to. Just get the movement down. It's not about the shooting. Okay. Now let's do the last one. Staying in place. Rhythm. Good. Looks really good. And give me a little bit of a wider step. You're standing too still. No, like this. I'll show you. Watch my screen. A little bit more movement. Okay, hold on. A little bit more of a step. A little bit wide. You're just like this. Okay, not like that. A little rhythm. Like a metronome. Boom, 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 boom. This one has a little tracking involved because you gotta make sure that mouse.
Yeah.
Because you're a little bit too tight right now. Where when he's super long, he doesn't have to move his crosshair. This one is whole point is where you have some movement where he's got to move his crosshair even though you guys are far away. So have a little bit more movement, a little bit more rhythm, a little more swagger. Okay, let me take a look. Just take it slow. Don't go fast, bro. Don't go fast. Don't rush it. Take your time. 1 tap. Move. It's too tight still. You need to hold the key longer. Right. That was much better. You're coming halfway. So the right side is good. Come left more. Right's good. Left more. Right. Like that. Good. More left. Good. Right there. That was perfect. Good. More. Yep, a little bit better. A little bit more. You're stopping halfway. Good. That's much better. Good. And I feel like you favor your D key more. It's easier for you to press D, looks like, than your A. You're leaning towards D more than your A. Like the time is not as consistent. You press your D longer than your A. You gotta press it equally the same amount. Start in the middle. Don't lean to one side. Like this. Let's just watch my screen real quick. Start in the middle. Because you're leaning this way and starting like this. Okay, start in the middle. So like that. You're just kind of like, and then you're going halfway. Okay, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. You're just going. You're going all the way left or right, but then you come halfway. Commit to the other side. So, and then you can shorten it, but work on the longer one first. Okay. Okay, let me show you this next one. Okay, overall it looks really, really good actually. I'm quite surprised. Most people really, really struggle with this, so obviously it's a little bit difficult still, but you gotta master this. Okay, so the next exercise is turn the bots on. We're coming here. Okay, this now we incorporate our dead zoning. D, let go, plus our wall peeking, as in we're behind the wall. Either in the beginning, just do your wall peek wide first. Like a general wide swing. Okay, then you can add like a jiggle, whatever maybe, but don't do it after, or a crouch peek, but don't do that now. Work on the wide swing first, because that's the most common swing you're gonna do. So you're on the wall facing parallel. Remember, be parallel. Some of my students like this, you're pretty good, so stay parallel. We're swinging, stop, and we adjust, then come back. Don't adjust while you're moving. Okay, adjust after. This will help you where you're swinging, you don't know where he is, and you immediately adjust. And obviously it's slow in the beginning, but you're gonna get much faster at this. So swing, adjust, come back. Swing, adjust, come back. Swing, adjust, come back. And when you come back, make sure your crosshair is gonna be parallel again. So come, adjust, come back. Say I want to go far. I swing, adjust, shoot, come back. Swing, shoot, come back. Swing, shoot, come back. Swing. Minimum 30. Okay, minimum 30 on this side. 30 bots. Okay, swing, come back. Swing, adjust, come back. Kind of whiffing. I'm my first student today, but I haven't played today either. But swing, adjust, come back. Swing, adjust, come back. Okay, 30 on this side. We gotta practice our A key as well. We're not gonna just practice D key. So we come here, swing, adjust, come back. Swing, adjust, come back. Swing, adjust, come back. Obviously, if you miss, whatever. I'm kind of whiffing, but you get my point. So 30, 30 each side. Let me just see you do a couple. You know, like 10 on each side.
See it?
Yep, I can see your screen.
Okay.
Yep, and then be parallel. That's the most important thing, because you're gonna peek a wall parallel. You're not gonna be your shoulder sideways. But okay, let's go. Swing and go slow. I don't want to see fast. I want to see it slow. Swing, adjust. Good, good. Looks really good. Don't come too wide, because then it's not really a wide peak. Maybe a little bit less. Like right there. Yeah. Yeah, right there. That would be a wide swing, pretty much. You peeking an angle. Alright, good. Go to the far right one now. After this one. No. Go stay there and then shoot the far right bot. So swing and adjust to the right one. Good. Good. Looks really good, man. It's really good. Most people really struggle with this, like they cannot do this, so looks really good. So let me see the other side. You need to do this every day. I'm not saying that you're bad at it, it's just you need to master this to be a super really good player, because this is Valorant's mechanics, not good. Looks good, man. Super solid. Just keep practicing it, don't whiff. Obviously try to add the precision. But yeah, good. Looks good, man. Do you do aim labs or anything? Kovacs? Do you want me to give you a playlist?
I got
no?
coax,
Okay. So if you want, I'll give you the playlist that got me to Immortal 3. If you want it, I can give it to you. If you don't,
Oh, yeah,
it's fully fine. All my students that did it were just like, yo, what the fuck? You made me into a monster. So, or it's like really making me into a monster, I should say. So, but it's a really good playlist. It really maintained my aim and up my aim into becoming a Immortal 3 level player. So, overall, bro, great session. You know, it's a little bit unlucky that you got a cheater, but still, you know, when things are repeating, it's usually there's something there. So again, your entering needs a lot of work, scaling needs a lot of work, understanding these concepts need a lot of work. You're never gonna climb if you guys just run it down. I'm not saying you do, but when you're not directing your team, you're not leading them to, you know, default here. Guys, let's run a fake here, and knowing why you're doing it. Okay, you gotta condition the enemies to believing that's what you're gonna do, and then you use those concepts to set them up where it's to your advantage. So it's a little bit of understanding enemy tendencies, individual tendencies, and also their team tendencies. Okay, once you know this stuff and really apply it. Again, remember what you said. You're like, I know the knowledge, but I don't apply it, or I don't use it. Okay, it's pointless to know it then. There's no point in knowing it. You might as well not know it. Apply it. Okay, dig deep. Study the game. Be a student of the game. Don't just go through the motions and play ranked every day and just AFK brain on retake, AFK brain on entry and scaling. Okay, actively remember what I told you. Make mistakes. Go in. Go into the fire, whether you die or not. Put your chest up. Have a little bit of confidence. Okay, have no fear. Okay, stuff like that. Because again, I'll explain to you. I've explained to all my students, all my VODs. Okay, all these categories we talked about today, all these concepts outweigh aim. If your aim is 10 out of 10, and these things are on ground level or 5 out of 10, bro, your aim will come down to 5 out of 10 because your movement is terrible, your decision making is not you, but the person's decision making is terrible. Their advanced concepts are terrible. They don't know how people move. They don't understand padding. All these different things that are a part of these concepts. Categories. It's gonna get capped. You're just gonna be sitting in a corner with 10 out of 10 aim, and the guy's gonna peek you, you're dead, right? So, and I'll explain it to you like this. You don't know how many Radiant players there are that are bottom fraggers in Radiant lobbies. Okay, their aim is maybe 5 out of 10, but all these other categories are 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10 at a Radiant level where they can be a Radiant player. Okay, they might not, care about their aim, but all these other categories being that high will make them a Radiant player. So that to me shows me that to be a Radiant is not about aim. Okay, if all the Radiant players were super nasty aim, then I'll be like, okay, maybe aim is really really important. But through my years of playing this game, I've realized that that's just not how it is. This is a thinking man's game. This is a game where you must use your brain. It's a Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike's not all about aim. It's about positioning, understanding movement, how they play, where we need to go, which concepts to use on this scenario, stuff like that. So those things are way, way, way more complicated. Utility usage is really big in this game. So is Counter-Strike. Okay, you gotta know how to effectively use it, set yourself up, set your teams up, stuff like that. Communication. So and I know you got good aim. I know you're gonna keep improving it. I'm not saying stop. That's not what I'm saying. Keep improving it. Get faster. Get better micro adjustments. Become a Radiant level aimer. But also everything else needs to be at the same level or higher. Aim is secondary to all these categories. Okay, especially me. When I first started this game, I'll tell you right now, I didn't have the best mechanics in aim. I was always bottom fragging, but my ability to understand the game, like I was pro in semi-pro in a couple games. I was pro in StarCraft 2 when I was 14. Like me understanding how games work and the concepts that I took from those games when I was high level, top 0.1%, and brought it to this game, I understand that it's not aim. Like I would just play Cypher and Sage only when this game first came out. I didn't get many kills. I was always like 10 and 20, 9 and 20, and 9 and 18, 9 and 16, stuff like that. But I did my job. I looked at the map. I fed my team information. I locked down parts of the site. They would never come to my site because they knew if they came to my site, I'd kill them. Stuff like that. I wouldn't actively take space and stuff like that. But I still kind of had this grasp of the game side, the mental side. So you really really got to work on that. I understood lurking at a very early age in terms of my career. Like that's the first thing I really got good at, was taking space, because I was Cypher all the time. When you're forced to play Cypher on attack, there's not much you can do but set up your trips and start lurking and gaining information and feeding my team and lurking up and telling my team to come back, going into the spawn and stuff like that. So I took pride in that. I really 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 worked on it. I would knife people 3 times a game. People thought I was cheating because my timings were so good. So you really got to work on these other aspects. Aim is really really secondary. Cannot stress that enough. But good session today. I really hope you learned some things from today's session, the concepts and stuff like that. Do you have any questions, concerns, things you want to work on? Now is the time. My DMs are always open. You can always tell me as well or ask me. But it's better if it's on a one-on-one, because I can explain it in further detail, or try to at least. So anything at all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tomorrow. I'm gonna look out to fracture some pro matches.
Yeah, good.
And maybe then I'll hit you up.
Yeah, for sure.
Any further questions?
Sure, no problem. Yeah, so
For now.
no problem. I know it's late for you. It's probably like 1 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, it's long, but that's what I do. I'm thorough. I'm detailed. I explain these concepts in depth. I try my best at least. So because I understand what it's like to be in all these students that are working with me's position. I know what it's like to be diamond and not know where to go and stuff like that. So I learned all this by myself. No one taught me. You know, I did coaching here and there, but they never ever taught me these things. I learned it all through experience. So I'm just trying to share my knowledge to my students as best as possible, where I set their foundation where they're a high level player immediately, even if their rank does not say so. I train them to be a high level player. So that's that. But a great session, bro. I know it's lengthy, but I think this was a good session. Like really worked on your basics, not basics, your foundation, these advanced concepts and fundamentals. But great job today, bro. Good luck on your games. Message me if you want to work with me further. Let me know. You know, I set up a personalized training schedule. It's not one schedule I give you and you work on it for the rest of your life. Okay, we meet up weekly. You got to work with me once a week minimum to receive it. You tell me your schedule. I'll build it around your schedule, whatever it may be. And then in the beginning of the week, it'll be really, really, lax, easy, or, somewhat intense. And then through to the weekend, it gets super intense. And then you cool off again for the beginning of the week. And then that's way you maintain your aim, because aim is a physical thing. Have you heard the term progressive overload?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, do you work out, play sports, run?
Oh, just a little on the side, but not.
Yeah.
Not,
So, that's
not really.
it's the fundamental mechanic of bodybuilding, right? Is progressive overload is making sure that the intensity, the time, don't just go in the range and do the same thing you do for the rest of your life, the same amount of time. You got to push yourself, go faster, more, faster, intensity, fast and precision, stuff like that. Do more DMs. For you, I would say minimum you need to be doing 5 DMs, 5 TDMs a day. I don't know how much time you have in a day, but if you want to get to Immortal 1 right now, because especially now, the game is not where it was 2 years ago. People have gotten so much better. I've been away for 2 years. Okay, I came back last act, and it is so much different. People did not use these concepts that I knew 2 years ago, but now everybody knows. It's the baseline at the higher levels. Everyone's aim is super crazy now. It used to not be like this. 2 years ago, everyone was a bot. Okay, but now everyone's getting really good because all the content out there with coaching getting better was there. Because when I was playing, none of that was there. And there was not much content on how to get better. Pros weren't telling them their secrets, their training. No one was doing that. Okay, so you got to make sure you're actively adding progressive overload to your aim, because it's a physical aspect. It's not a mental thing. Aim is all physical. So yeah, but I won't keep you too long. So good session. Let me know if you want to work with me, and yeah, we'll go from there. Keep in touch. Ask me questions if you want. I'm always in the Discord streams, stuff like that. Great session today. Yeah, and good luck on your games, buddy.
Great session. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Take care. Good night, man. I know it's late.
Yeah. Take care.
No, later.